Welcome to Yes Offense. Trigger warning, disclaimer, whatever you want to call it, this podcast will feature graphic language about sex, race, violence, and anything else that might make people uncomfortable. However, this is a comedy podcast, and everything and anything talked about on it should be viewed as an attempt at humor. Like, if you hear anything on this podcast you don't agree with or like, please just turn it off. No one on here is a politician or actually affecting the way you live. So if you genuinely have a problem with anything said on here, redirect your energy at a real issue going on in the real world. Now let's get into the show.
Little ghost is going to be on my arm. So I can't wait for my grandkids.
A ghost tattoo on your arm. Why?
Because I like
Pac-Man,
spooky things.
That's why? That's the reason?
I have a tattoo strawberry on my leg, and I got it because I like strawberries.
All right. At least it's simple. I remember the first time I met you, and I was like, you have a tattoo of equality on your shoulder, and you were like, yeah, and I was like,
still got it.
I was like, all right, that's.
I hope when you get older, like the skin wrinkles, it says something completely fucking different. It used to say equality, now it says fuck the Jews.
Yeah. Like,
oh no!
I was trying to think of something like that sounded like equity, but yeah, that's good. Fuck the Jews. If it somehow wrinkled into fuck the Jews.
My Jewish boyfriend would really hate that. I'm kidding, he's not.
That would be so funny. Yeah.
I marry a nice Jewish man in the future. He's like, babe,
babe, where did you get that?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
The kids are going to see that. Cover yourself.
You'd be kicked off the podcast if you were dating a Jewish man. That's true, too. Just kidding. Sort of. Real talk.
I forgot how dumb it was.
There's a guy at work, and he listened to R. Kelly a lot.
Yeah.
And that song was playing one time, and I just laughed uncontrollably for like 5 minutes.
That song is funny, too, if you ever heard it.
I used to host trivia, and before I would play an R. Kelly song, I would ask anyone in the building, has anyone here been personally victimized by R. Kelly? Silence, and I go, okay.
He's like, nope, let's fucking go.
I'm like, how do you not sing it? I'm sorry.
Ignition.
As a woman, I'm so sorry, but like, hot and fresh out the kitchen.
It's so weird.
How do you not?
Fresh out the
Dude,
kitchen.
That song, I got it on my iPhone, so it rules.
How do you... Okay, like, R. Kelly, bad person, but that song, you got it.
Michael Jackson, also bad person.
I was about to say, you go into, like, TJ Maxx, and it's like, do, 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 do. And you're just like, I'm looking for socks, man, and there's this molester on it.
Like, why are they playing this at the kids section?
Ooh.
Why is it at the kids section? I don't like this.
So I also think it's based off of, like, hits, because Glary Glitter, the guy who does the... Hey! That song that goes... Dun, dun, dun,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
song,
in every fucking sports movie.
Right. And now it's not, because they got rid of it, because that's his only big song he's known for, as far as I know. Mm-hmm. And he was a pedophile. He was a known pedophile.
Oh shit.
I'm super happy they got rid of that then.
Hey!
I can imagine watching like a Patriots game and be like, hey, he touched kids? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Just I'm
so sorry.
Yo, that's
Touchdown.
the thing. It's in the Joker movie too, and it plays really
Holy
well.
Shit.
It plays well when he's coming down those stairs.
Now that I know that, oh my god.
I'm not gonna lie, no. Dude.
It makes sense with him because he's not, but like he could be.
He has.
To
He
look
definitely
at.
looks like one, but
So I'm not gonna lie, because I know Gary Glitter's a pedophile, but
I thought you were just gonna say I knew Gary.
I knew him,
Gary.
knew him
Hung out on the
personally.
weekends.
Not a bad guy. Not a bad guy.
that song rips, guys.
Hey, leave Gary alone.
Free my boy
guys.
Gary.
We hustle together on Saturdays. You know, he's a good guy.
He's changed. No, when that song came out in the movie, the way they filmed that scene, I was like, this kind of rules. this song fits so well with what's going on.
I kind of wish I knew that before I saw the movie.
It would have added to
It
it.
makes the movie better.
Exactly.
When I saw that movie for the first time, I was on a bad date, and then
Wow. No way, Brooke. You on a bad date?
do you have a fucking like rim shot fucking thing in there?
Damn. Slut.
Oh, it's made for me. So I was on a bad date. We saw that movie, and I was like, wow, that was a really good movie. You're not good, but like the movie is good. And we got back to my cousin's apartment that I was dog sitting at, and there was like an ambulance out front and cop cars and like someone getting taken away on a stretcher. And I was like, is it still going on? How many animals did we have before this goddamn movie?
What? Edibles? You had edibles?
I think, yeah.
You didn't mention that.
No, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, edibles. So I was like, am I imagining the ambulance? And like, are we in the movie now?
Did I just teleport into the movie?
Oh, yes. So you thought it was the end of the... I get it. You thought
that's
the
what
Joker
it felt
stuff
like.
was going on.
Yeah, and I was staring at it. I was like looking at him. Maybe that's why
Like,
I
you're
was
seeing
bad
the
date.
ambulance too, right?
What was the thing they yelled at people at the end? Like, you deserve... It's like, kill the rich or something.
Something like that.
It was
Eat the rich.
It was definitely
the
kill
rich.
the rich. It was something about that. Shoot the rich. Whatever, dude. Anyway, guys, welcome.
I mean, agree with it.
Yeah.
Agree.
Let's just do a drive-by.
Welcome. Anyway, guys, before we get into more nonsense, welcome to Yes Offense. Your host, Alex Tomaselli, and I'm here with two returning guests. Are
you burping into the microphone?
I was trying to, and I failed. Two lovely returning guests. We got Brooke Louellen Smith.
Thank you. Hello.
And we got my man Anthony Vega over here.
I would just like
Did
to
you call
point
me
out.
lovely?
I told you both lovely, but
Oh.
Oh, stop.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
It's only because Brooke's here. I should have said Anthony to be funnier.
My lovely
damn it.
and Brooke is here too.
Yep, and Brooke was late and I wasn't.
Yeah, Brooke was late. Yeah, and Anthony,
And the
you're
Hispanic
right.
wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a woman.
Okay.
I had to say it was you was on your
She was-
period.
Yeah, she was on her period. You made her late.
Worse, I'm pregnant.
Oh.
Kidding. I'm kidding. Pregnancy announcement. Bow, 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 bow.
No longer.
Damn, sluts.
But yeah. You could still be a slut if you're a...
Yeah, because you're taking it raw and they're splooging inside.
Yeah.
That's the biggest
I
of
mean,
the
at least
sluts.
that's a whole hard evidence that you had sex.
Yeah.
That you're pregnant.
That is true. Or had.
Look at all
That
these
you at least
slutty
have.
Even
moms.
dudes, they can't... You can sort
Like,
of be
you
like...
can't tell.
proof. Yeah, but...
Unless, like, if I pulled up with my girl pregnant, like, guess who gets laid now? Like,
Yeah.
But we would still need a DNA test.
We'd have to see it.
That too,
No,
yes.
for dudes, you have to see it go in.
You have to be like their binoculars,
be
like,
there.
okay.
he's like, yeah, she's pregnant, but did you record it?
Yeah, or... Because...
No
'cause let's
video,
be
no
real.
proof.
Let's be real, women are trifling. So that kid could not be his. So you could actually not have had sex.
I actually burped, you pussy.
The whole pod, we're just burping in the mics.
Yeah, that was
That
was rude.
ASMR.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna be drinking Sprite the entire time.
I'd be less slutty.
What?
I mean, I'm just saying.
You would
like,
be? For what? If you
If
had
you're
a kid?
pregnant.
Yeah, if I'm pregnant. No, I could still fuck if I was pregnant.
Well, I'm about to
the
say,
belly
yeah,
would
don't
get
you
in
get
the way.
like, don't girls get horny when they're pregnant, like at some stage? So you kind of like,
I assume.
I've never
like you,
actually been pregnant.
you
but
lose
yes,
it and then
I
you
hear
gain it
that.
back.
Yeah, no, some of them I guess get like crazy horned up, but I have no. Oh God.
No experience.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
was actually just with my friend that had a baby, and she explained to me how her vagina ripped.
Okay. Yep. Hell yeah.
She drew me a picture on the
Really?
receipt. Yeah.
Oh,
I think
a
it's in the
receipt?
car. Yeah, she.
What
she-
happened?
She okay.
Did
So
it did it
didn't
make
go,
one hole?
No, it didn't
Okay.
go down the middle. The sides next to her clit ripped,
Oh, nice.
and then
Jesus.
she wasn't numbed up anymore.
Oh shit!
And they went to go start sewing and she started screaming, and they're like, "You're not numb," and she's like, "No."
Oh my god, dude.
A quick poke in the puss just to make sure she's numb.
Oh.
Too much. So they're like, in with the needle.
Can you feel that? Can you
In
feel that?
with
Can you
the
feel that?
needle.
Oh my god, dude. That's a fucking
Holy shit!
Being
both
a
sides.
woman.
You guys, yeah, you got
Yeah, because was it my fiance
Both
told me
sides.
her aunt got an epidural, but they somehow did it wrong, so her top half was numb.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And her body.
No.
It was like,
so
what
she's
was the
like dead arm.
Oh, it's still in pain though because her top half is like,
She's like,
She's like just frozen, screaming, crying, but like her
That's
legs are going crazy.
oh no.
For some women,
I'm
it's
never
down.
doing it,
It's
dude.
down the middle of the body. So like half is good, the other half is bad. But that half and half sounds god
that
awful.
shit
Christ.
sounds so bad.
Dude,
Oh my
no.
God.
She also then sent me a video because I told her how I love the smell of a baby's head, which means like women
Women
have
are
our babies.
gross.
That's
Yeah,
a
women are
weird thing
weird.
I've always heard.
Women say weird
baby
shit about
smells
kids.
so great, and I'm like,
You know what?
They do.
Can you explain why women do this and think it's not a big deal? Women will like see a 8-year-old, 10-year-old kid and be like, that kid's gonna grow up and be hot as shit. And you're like, what the fuck did you just say? I've heard so many women
How many
do
women
this.
have done this?
Numerous. I swear to God.
These women are
That makes a lot
pedophiles.
of sense.
So I
However,
think so.
Probably, but
I know for a fact that there are men in the world that see a group of preteen girls and go,
of course.
super
absolutely.
hotties.
No doubt. You're not wrong. And they're gross, but
That
I've
group of
never
people-
been around those men, is my point.
I've never been around those women.
I've never seen it, but I've seen women do that.
I was at I've talked about
But
it
I mean,
on
I
the
know an
podcast.
ugly kid when I see one too. So
No, of course, but I mean out loud.
I would
Obviously,
never say to anyone.
Obviously, you've been walking down the street. You see a younger person. You're like, oh, that younger person's attractive. However, you think this in a split second. However, that is a younger person. Therefore, I will not look over there. You just go about your day. If you're a good societal human, that's how you operate. If you are a scumbag, you leer and you're like,
I can't wait till you're 18 on the dot.
no, that's the thing. You're not even. They don't. I don't think they even get that far.
I remember I was at
They're just gross.
17
But-
is fine.
I was at my sister's graduation. She was graduating high school, and there was a girl walking to her seat.
Yeah.
And then my brother was next to me. He was like, "Oh, dude, that girl's hot." And he's like, "She's in my class." Like, all right, so when does this graduation start?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell
I
yeah.
accidentally might have done something similar.
What?
I was at a school play for my cousin who was like a senior in high school. And I'm single at the time. I'm there with like my mom and my like brother. And we're watching. I'm like, oh, she's so good. They did intermission. We go out and I look around and I'm like, oh my God. I know you're probably all children. And I'm just sitting there, but they're like 17, so they're almost there. And I'm just like, so it's not so bad. And then I'm like, Brooke, this is gross. They look like the umbilical cord is still like wrapped around them.
Dude, I've.
Sorry, I was stuttering.
You're fine.
She's like, "I want to blow these guys, but maybe a handy's just nice."
It
You
looked like,
give them the third handy ever.
oh my God, it would be the best one of their entire lives. I could take all their virginities. Just meet me in the parking lot, boys.
I remember being that age and thinking like everyone looked older and stuff, and now when I see people who are that age, it's odd how young they look.
Oh,
Yeah.
What happened? What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Because my age, everyone looked 30. When you were
Yes.
17, you looked 30.
in the
Yes.
90s is what we were doing to our skin.
Yeah, I
And-
think it's that too.
I mean,
And like at least
other
when
people.
I was in high school, we looked our age maybe like a couple years older. But I'm looking at 17-year-olds. I'm like, you guys look like you're in 8th grade.
Yeah.
How is that fucking possible?
I'm genuine think it's dieting because we're also aging better than the previous generation. Because I remember how my cousins looked in my age, and I know they're still older, and my mind deceives me, but I've aged tremendously compared to all of them. It's not to brag.
Someone told me I looked 20.
It's like, I'm just saying, my morning
happens.
routine is flawless.
I have lotion on my face. I really do. I really do.
I put on sunscreen. I'm killing
I
it.
still get, not so much because of this shitty facial hair, but I still get carded for Dutches if I ever get one here and there. They're like, ID. And I'm like, what?
I shit you not, like a year ago, I was going to buy fucking sparklers. You have to be like 16 to buy fucking sparklers or your ID. And I'm like, I'm 27. Give me the goddamn fireworks.
I've been carded at bars too, which I don't really mind either, but that makes more
what
sense.
was it? Before my fiance turned 21, she had a fake ID and she would get carded. So when she turned 21, she was like, all right, I can't wait to get carded because my shit's legit. Never got fucking carded. She
They
was
all
disappointed.
knew.
She was like, why didn't even get it?
Oh, she looked old as fuck.
I'm not going to say that.
Your fiance is cool as shit. I like his fiance a lot. We had to perform at a strip club once, and she was throwing money at the strippers.
She was throwing
Nice.
She was
I've
throwing
done
money.
that. That shit's fun.
Throwing money at strippers, and we went. Cliff and Mo Green were there, and she bullied Cliff to throw fives. Like she had like $5. She was like, "Go throw it on the stage."
Cliff is not comfortable around women.
Oh my God. He's always seemed uncomfortable around me. So.
Cliff's all right.
I went to a strip club many years ago. I think I was 21. I was 21 years old, and I went with a group of guys. I didn't have sex with any of these men. I went as
really?
like one of the fellas. I was,
Brooke, come with us. Be one of the guys today.
come on, bro.
The one night
Thanks.
Brooke didn't sleep with one of the guys.
That sounds dangerous. I would never do that. Bring a
What?
like have like a group of guys and bring a girl because I feel like
Why not?
you're gonna get like massively aggressive. Like you're gonna be horny as shit.
They were all pretty awkward around me after. So
that's what I'm saying. Like you're like horny. You're leaving the club and like you're horny as shit. And you have this girl with you.
You make an excellent point. No one mentioned to me. I saw these guys at work like every day, and like we were friends.
Oh,
like,
you didn't see them be like, yeah, like you didn't see the.
No, I saw them sit right in front of the stage
and just
like yes, they were all leering. And then I made a joke to the stripper, made her laugh, and the guy next to me was like, "Don't look at me." And I'm like, "Oh my god, dude, you all have boners right now?"
Yeah,
yes,
they're all.
They could not look me in the eye.
Yeah,
it was very funny. And then we got to make it rain before we left.
I want to go back. They closed the one that Mav works at. I think.
Oh yeah,
I miss you, Coco Gumdrop.
Yep, Coco Gumdrop ruled. She did. Honestly, she ruled. But they had some. They did have some rough strippers there. Not gonna lie.
I mean,
we went there at amateur night. What do you
we
expect?
really did.
There's amateur night. I should go with my shitty uneven titties.
There was.
Yo, I swear the whole time we was there, she was like, my girl was like, "This is amateur night." I was like, "Yeah, maybe I should come here." I was like, "Fuck it, go ahead." I don't like you popping that pussy is gonna pay our bills. Like it's okay.
Hell yeah, dude.
Get up there now. We need dinner.
Damn, sluts.
You gotta do it, dude. The I made a joke because there was only one white stripper, and I was like, "Are you the one white stripper?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, so you can like fight really good, right?" And she did not laugh at all.
She had such a serious face.
She looked at me like, "Yeah, I can."
She's like, "This is my job."
She was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass.
I'm gonna beat your ass." You make one more joke about me, and I was just like, "All right." She didn't actually say that, but in her
she
eyes
didn't like you.
Her fake eyebrows said it all.
She had like a resting bitch face that a lot of Puerto Ricans have.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
She was like, she's serious.
She's a
she
hood
is
white
so
chick,
serious.
You were like, Sally, maybe step away.
She'd gotten into fights with dudes before. You could tell the way she looked at me. I was like, "Oh,
she
there's
was
no
ready to square up."
Yo, she really was. She was like, she just looked at me, and I was like, "There's nothing funny to go with this now." You ruined you. I looked at her, was like, "There's nothing."
Your shitty attitude about my dumb joke is
My-
really irritating me. You
Clearly
cunt.
accurate joke that is hitting a nerve. Apparently, you could have just let go over, but no.
He was like, "Hey, don't hate on me because you got daddy issues."
Honestly, I threw the least amount of money at her.
You just leave a quarter. You're like, eh. That's it.
She wasn't the worst looking either. That's the thing. That's how
she was top 3.
That's how much she had affected
Attitude affects it more.
Yeah, I know.
So if I go out there happy as fuck, I'm making all the money.
I think
honestly, you have to know when to break eye contact. Is what I've learned.
That is so because what was it?
Yeah.
I think that same day we was there and Coco Gumdrop. She has like she stares at
Shout out
you.
to Coco Gumdrop. Yo, we might name the podcast after her. Fuck it.
Coco Gumdrop.
That was her-
She's
yeah.
just like deep in your soul.
She
while
looked.
flicking
She
her
was
bead.
dead
She
at
was-
you in your eyes, and
She was a real. She knew how to do it.
she knew how to command the room pretty much.
Yeah,
Professional.
She was the headlining stripper. Let's put it that
Gotcha.
way. Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like I didn't think eye contact like mattered, and like she stood in my soul, and I was like, I definitely have a boner right now, so like let's keep it going.
Exactly, and she also knew when to leave you and go, "Oh, this is just she's a stripper." She brought you back to reality.
Like,
she'd
oh,
break
this
eye
isn't-
contact, and you'd go, "She's doing it to another." Oh, she's a stripper. This is a strip club.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm not at home in my bed with the lotion again.
Exactly.
It's here.
I performed one more time after yours.
Yeah.
And I remember I told that joke. I was like, "Coco, you gave me eye contact," and I was totally turned on. And she started dancing, and I was there, and she was doing it, and then she had to break because she remembered my joke, and she was just laughing. I was like, "I'm sorry, but like, here's $20."
You did such a great job. Okay, I'm sorry I ruined it for myself.
She's cool. She laughed at a lot of people's jokes too. She's a cool chick.
Yep.
Shout out to Coco Gumdrop. Might be the name of the
Yeah,
podcast.
Coco. I'll have to go meet her.
Might have to find where you're stripping at now.
Yeah.
I have a bachelor party coming up.
The girl I was dating at the time was not happy with me going to a strip club. And I was like, yeah,
Whatever.
it's to perform. But it was the only time I've ever been to a strip club ever. It's like I don't go to,
Same. That was the only time I've ever been.
I've been
to
invited
perform.
a lot. And every time someone's invited me, I just really thought about it. Like, do I want to go with these people and just stare at women and have to pay? And I was like, no, I don't. Deep down.
Like
I don't.
it can be fun. It's like a fun thing, but
It does depend on who you go with.
I was about to say, if us three went, we'd have fun.
yes, I would have
Hell
a
yeah.
great time.
But unless that I would not be the one to instigate that. Let's put it that way.
Are you telling me that I have to make you go to the strip club?
Casually drop hints that you want to go to a strip club.
If a girl brings up they want to go to a strip club, then yeah, you probably should go because
there's no other opportunity.
There's no downside. If a girl is like, let's go to a strip club, you're like, sure. Because
I get to look at it all, and you're there too.
The worst that happens, you're already probably if that girl, if it's like that. Not like I'm looking for this with you, Brooke, which we can also get into. We can get into the urban later. We can get into the legends of Brooke after this.
Jesus Christ!
The rumors that surround me and Brooke because of a joke I said.
Because of you. You started this.
It's not just hold on, but the what was I just saying before I?
A girl saying they want to go to a strip club.
Oh yeah. If she's not horned up already,
that's the easiest way to get a guy turned. If you don't want to do foreplay, take your man to a strip club.
Or not even that. I was going to say, if she's not, if she instigated it, she's more likely to enjoy it because she instigated it. But if she's not, you're in the same spot after, and you've already just seen some tits. And it was the girl's fault.
New boobs.
Yeah, and you can't get blamed or be a misogynist because it was the girl's idea.
True that.
See, there you go.
Win, win, win.
Bang, bang. Real talk. From now on, I'm just going to casually drop hints to my girl. I want to go to a strip club.
Yeah.
Any movie or show that has a strip club in it,
You should come across like a pole.
I'm just going to play
and just start dancing around the pole, and you're like, this looks like fun, doesn't it?
She actually wants one. Like she was like when we move into a house, she's like, I want my own stripper pole because like it's good workout. But I'm like,
why
fuck
not?
it, I don't care. I'll go to the ATM.
She seems cool enough. Just look at her and be like, let's go to the club, and she'll be like,
pretty much. I mean, she's more of the outgoing one, so she'll definitely be the one like, oh, let's go out tonight. She'll have to like drag it out of me, but I think personally, like if she's like, let's go to a strip club, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah, man, you can't.
So
see,
I think. Sorry, I took an edible before I started driving.
Oh yeah.
And I think it hit me in the moment that you were just talking, and I was just spacing out into your face, and I was like, oh yeah, we're doing a podcast.
It's like, why am I here again?
I like completely. I was like, oh, I should talk now. Yeah, boobies.
Remember to breathe. Remember to breathe.
Yes. Well, Brooke, to dispel the rumors that have plagued your life, apparently. Mine, no one bothers me about this, which is, I think,
talking about fucking
so
women.
funny. So funny. But Brooke Smith and I have never had sex. You guys.
Never, ever.
Sorry.
Sully would be so lucky.
Bubble.
Sorry to disappoint. You know what, Brooke? It's also not my fault. All right, I have a joke about having sex with a girl named Brooke.
Oh,
you've heard it a million times.
Of course.
Because
yes, we've heard the street names.
Yes, the street names thing. It's a whole thing. Having said that, Brooke, you being the way you are,
being the way I am, sluts. Are you calling me a loose woman? What are you trying to say?
People hear Sally had sex with a girl named Brooke. Oh, it's just Brooke Smith. It's Brooke. Yeah, Brooke. That Brooke who.
It could possibly be any other one. It's only this whore that we know. Because she goes on stage and in the first 2 seconds of talking goes, hello, I'm a whore.
And then you also, if you're at certain open mics, you're like, I've seen some of your penises. And I don't want to. She's like, anyway, it's weird looking at you guys.
I've done that like
it's so funny.
Twice.
It's hilarious. It's made me laugh so hard.
That's great.
Do you remember when I did the roast with BJ?
No.
Were you there for that? You weren't there for that?
I was supposed to roast you, and I really considered it for about 2 seconds before I realized how mean you are. How mean she would be to me.
Oh,
she
would have been funny your jawline the whole time.
Oh, that would have been fine. I know, though, you would have dug deep on something.
Absolutely.
And I would have been like... She would have said something that actually upset me. And even if she didn't win, after I would have been like, nah, you crossed the line, dude. You brought that thing up I told you about one time at a bar.
I told you that in confidence.
I pulled out the woman memory and I was like, what embarrassing things has he ever told me? But everyone after that roast looked at me and they're like, have you and BJ fucked? And I was like, no, we haven't. I'm just calling him a fucking like piece of shit for 3 minutes. I like at one point called him something like a coat hanger abortion looking motherfucker. Like, I'm like, you think I had sex with him? Everyone, whatever. It's the initiation when you start Connecticut comedy, apparently.
It's like Brooke gets 5 feet within a guy. Fucked him. Definitely
Brooke's
fucked him.
nice to a guy. Yeah. They're like, yeah, she had sex with him, dude.
But hey, can I just ask? Has anyone
What?
ever talked shit about me? Like Brooke is such a bitch.
No
Because
one's ever
we-
been like, why would you do that either? And I'm like, I didn't. No, that is no.
Why would you do that? Gross. I would
No.
be so hurt.
Brooke, really?
Yeah, I've heard
You can do better.
I've heard no bad things about you, Brooke, but I've seen your Batman gallery of dudes you fucked, and I'm surprised you're alive. To be honest, some of them.
When she
I
got a bunch
too
of
am very
creepers.
surprised. I went on a hike with
You-
a comic
that was-
that I had met like not
a
a lot,
mistake.
and we were on this hike, and I'm just like, oh look, let's go further into the woods.
Yeah, go on the hike with a comedian.
And
with
halfway
definitely
through,
deep
I was
issues.
like, damn, this
Also,
man
the
is
other thing-
almost a stranger.
Yeah, the other thing too is like if anything were to go wrong, most comics would just leave you. Just
Oh my god!
run.
I break my leg, and he's like, "All right, I got
Yeah,
a show later. I
that-
can't be late for that. Can't give up the stage
I
time."
got a solid 5
he's like,
minute
up,
guest
some
spot.
features opened up.
Yeah. So is it cool if I take your room if this bear mauls you completely? All right, I gotta go. Bye.
You go on a show with okay, you're scheduled to be on a show with a comedian. Okay, you go on the hike. There's like a cliff, and you're like, "Oh, so beautiful." Push them off the cliff. And you're like, "Spot's mine, motherfucker."
Hell yeah.
And then you go do 10 minutes for no
And
money
if
at the
they're-
elbow room.
I was about to say, if they're a real comedian, they'll crawl to that spot and show up and be like, Brooke Smith. This is a bitch. She fucks a lot of guys and throws them off cliffs.
A real cop just like pulling ourselves out of the trudge and like, two broken legs, and I'm like,
Hell yeah.
Not
You
even a
can't
real
take my
comedian would just
spot.
FaceTime the host.
I was about to say they would FaceTime the host and be
FaceTime
like,
the
I've
host.
been injured. And she also said the N-word, so tell everyone that. Tell everyone she said the N-word.
cancel her,
And
cancel her.
you know what? Just throw in that after I fell off the cliff, she raped me. Just throw it in there. Throw it in there.
I'm not pointing fingers, but it burns down
You know
there.
what?
I'm just
I
saying.
can't feel my legs from this fall, but I feel raped.
God,
He's just got a gash in his face. He's like, I feel raped.
I feel it. I
raped me.
feel it. God damn. You know what else I
great.
did today?
What?
Therapy.
Ooh. I'm a big proponent.
Before this, I was at therapy.
You did a lot today.
And if
Yeah,
I
Took an edible. You're on a podcast. You went to therapy. It's great.
it's eventful. I should tell her about this conversation. I'll be like, "Oh no, that doesn't sound good."
You
They're
shouldn't go
healthy
into
for
people's.
you.
Shouldn't go into basements and have these conversations, Brooke. We know how that
I am
usually
in a
turned out
basement.
for
So
you.
what did we say about
Yes.
going into people's basement, Brooke?
We shouldn't
You follow
do
two
it.
men you sort of know in a basement.
Damn! Shout out to my therapist Jennifer. I'm so sorry I did this. Bow, bow,
Name's
bow, bow, bow,
Jennifer?
bow, bow. Yeah, Jen.
My therapist, I'm not going to say her name, but she has she has a name where I'm like, that's a therapist name. Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
Like,
Sigmund
Doctor,
Freud.
doctor.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Doctor.
No, but it's like it's a name where you're like, okay, this is like, that makes sense.
I don't think saying Jennifer is
You're right. All right. That's, you know what? That's very run of the mill.
Honestly, it depends on the last name for
exactly.
me.
Yeah.
Your first name
Same.
means nothing.
I'm
It's
not
the-
gonna
it's
say
the
her
last-
last name.
It's a doctor name where I'm like, that makes sense.
It's probably Jewish.
You know, I don't know what she is, but doesn't strike me as that. She's not like, well, tell me about your problems, Alex.
You think
Hold on, the sun's in my eyes.
He's like, hold up, how much do you have in the bank right now? You guys can't.
Now, when you do stand up, how
This
much?
is so funny. We were talking about Yiddish at the end of my therapist appointment. I'm not even kidding. She's like, mashagash or mushagash. It means like chaos and shit. I don't know, but it's Yiddish. And I'm like, are you Jewish, Jennifer? Which I don't care.
Well,
I don't
you
care.
should.
You seem to care. Although I am gonna have what it is? The
Fuck
I
the
hate
Jews
Oh, fuck
tattoo
the
Jews
later.
tattoo later. So
Yeah.
Nope, it's going to turn to a
You,
swastika.
she just
Never mind.
goes to like a
it
female
just
prison.
reforms into. Oh no.
You go to female prison. All you want to be is you're like, I'll just get by on being like a Latin woman's lover, but none of them will take you. So you become it's like, fuck the Jews. You're like,
I
no,
have to
I swear,
become the bitch for the white supremacist
you
women.
keep doing this with it to stretch it out, and they're just like, no.
We do not want you. I thought at
Just
first you were
stab.
asking me if I go to women's prisons, and I was like, No, man. What?
No.
That's the only place I can get a woman.
Just conjugal visits on
Yeah,
Thursdays.
why would you? Yeah,
That is my day off, so that would
that
work.
would be an interesting
I've
pastime.
tried hanging out with women in my past. I'm really bad at it, so I get where guys are coming from. When they're like, I don't know what women want.
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
way
I also
explain
don't
how
know.
you approach women, because it is the way most men want to approach women, but don't, because we get it. Like the cops called on us.
Oh wow! I just
You know, my thing is like whenever I talk to like a woman,
Not
I can,
you,
I can like sense their energy already.
he's ignoring it. I walk
weird.
up. I walk up to a woman that I find attractive, and I go, "Hey, you're pretty."
Obviously, because it's not creepy when you fucking do it.
I know it's not.
But then I go,
When I do it on Tinder, I get the cops calling on me.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I ask them, "Do you like boys or girls?"
See,
I don't know how to tell which ones are lesbians or not, or bisexual. I don't know. I go.
All right, so, but
I
if-
look at them. I look back at me, and I do the scissoring thing with my hands.
He's like,
so wait, if you see,
Wait, I just pointed a crotch of a dude. I go, gross.
if you met a lesbian though, at that point, are you like, well, do you find me attractive?
Oh, I've been turned down by 100% lesbian. It was the worst.
was it okay?
I
Was
was
it
drunk.
like the good lesbian or the one that looks like a guy?
Yeah, stud.
Also a good lesbian.
All right, no. All right,
Yo, wiener?
he meant like
I
excessive.
don't know why they dress up like dudes, but that's
He
my
meant
thing.
also
They feel masculine.
one that a man would also be attracted to,
Yes.
for the most part, traditionally.
The feminine ones?
the
Okay.
bottoms.
The femme.
The ones, yeah,
The femme lesbians,
use
yes.
that like sniz.
Anyway, so she was very pretty.
Yes.
She was very well because
Tits. What are they like?
I'm not gonna explain
What do you think? What do you think?
I love how you
Tell us exactly.
She
she have an ass?
She had
Yeah.
a respectable woman's body.
You think she
Okay,
had, what do lips look like they do?
I don't know. Speak their mind.
Do you think she would like The Sopranos?
Yeah, she like,
In other words, do you think I could flip this lesbian?
damn, Anthony, you cut me to the soul right there. Yeah, what?
I
So
found
what's
her
the
to be
slut
very
like?
pretty. I found her to be very pretty. She was blonde, light eyes, and very nice. And she was talking to me and my friend, and then one of her other friends came over and they were talking about like her ex-girlfriend. And I was like, oh, she likes girls. Okay, I don't even have to ask that question. So we got to skip the awkward part for me.
baby.
So I walk over to her. I've had 3 margaritas at this point and like another shot.
Yeah.
And I walk over to her and I'm just like, hey, I heard before that you
Again,
Munch
listeners,
box.
listeners,
So-
imagine a man doing this.
I know it's bad.
That's one for you, Sally.
Oh God.
Continue. So you.
So I'm trying. I'm like, yeah, I heard that. Basically, I said I heard you were a lesbian. I didn't say it like that, but basically that's what I said. And I was like, I was just curious if I could give you my number. And she goes, no, I'm all set.
Damn.
Oh, that's nice. But that hurts so bad.
That's because she was.
It's almost like you asked her if you wanted to donate to like St. Joe's.
She
Judas
turned
Hospital.
down.
She's like, no, thank you.
I was
Not
about to say,
today.
she turned your advances down like a fucking Costco sampler.
No, I'm all set.
No, I'm all set. I don't want to.
You want some tacos?
It
Yeah,
hurt
I'm
my
all set. I
soul.
just say thank you. They're
No,
like,
thank
oh, it's fine.
It hurt my soul so bad, and I sobered up so fast. I was like, oh. I'm so sorry for bothering you. You have a good night. I customer service voiced it out of there.
See,
I was like,
thank you.
oh,
Would you like
terribly
a-
sorry for that. You have a good night.
Would you
She
like to
had-
take this survey?
She handled it pretty well because there's women who would give out their number just to be nice, and it's like, don't do that, dude. That's the worst thing you can do. Just never
That
give-
or they
I've
give you the
given out-
fake number?
I've given out a
Just-
fake one.
Honestly, just say no.
yeah, just always say no.
A guy will
Girls
honestly be
feel
less
uncomfortable
heartbroken.
saying no,
you shouldn't.
though.
You shouldn't.
No, like we feel like it pressured and dude, what do you this is your podcast. Have some fucking respect. Still has it on. What the fuck? Anyway, so
It's like it's a double thing. It's like, yes, I want girls to just say no, but also there are some hella aggressive guys out there. So I understand where you have like
yeah,
these.
I had
They're like Batman. They have all these contingency plans.
Give me your number.
Because they give me your numbers, like, oh, here you go. If not, it's like, oh, they have like a boy best friend in the background ready to go if that doesn't work out. They have like the cops on speed dial already if that doesn't work out either.
Give me your number for justice.
Sorry.
For Gotham.
No,
You swear that's your number? I swear to me.
Batman's in the corner.
That's not. That's also. That's a. Who's the first? Keaton. That's Keaton.
Oh,
Yeah.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah. That's the Michael Keaton
nice.
one. I like.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
okay. For a sec, I thought it looked like Val Kilmer for
There
like just
has
a minute.
never been a single Batman that I haven't thought looks completely and utterly stupid.
Oh.
The fucking ears, my
Yeah.
dude.
I love Batman.
I cannot
dude.
take you seriously.
I don't like the old ones because they make them super long.
Pointy,
but,
yeah.
Christian Bale's and Ben Affleck's were all right.
What's
Robert
the newest one?
Pattinson's-
I love
Robert, yeah.
I love
was
Robert.
also stupid. It was. I'm like, just take off the ears.
No.
You know, I don't
man, I
know
love
what it is,
I
but
love
like
Batman.
when they have the costume on, they all make that stupid fucking face.
Yeah, yeah.
The lips are always puckered.
Like
Cursed.
buttholes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, does your neck hurt? I don't get it.
Did you guys like the new Batman?
Of
I
course,
did, yeah.
absolutely.
I liked it a lot.
loved it, dude. I loved
I wouldn't
it.
say the only thing I didn't like, but it was just like I thought it was over,
Yeah.
and then there was more.
Dude, me and Pete, both Pete, Angela, and I saw that, and
I
during the
hang
movie,
out.
What was it? I think like
I-
when
Sorry.
the helicopter's carrying that one kid. I'm like, oh, we got like 5 minutes left, and then it went on for like another 20. I was like, okay, all right, okay,
I
we're good,
love
we're
that
good.
movie, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I always like make sure that I'm seeing everything.
Oh, no,
like,
yeah,
Marvel
absolutely.
like fucked it up for you, where you're like, okay, the credits time to go, and now you can't
Yeah.
leave a single movie ever
Nah, dude,
without sitting the entire. It's a trick to make you watch all the names that you weren't ever gonna see.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh,
It also
look at that, Tom Francis.
it
He
does-
did the.
I do that all the time.
engineering.
I'd be like, huh, all right, cool.
yeah. Any like major movie where that like not major, like obviously if you went and saw like a mobster movie, you're not gonna
Like
have to.
I think it's superhero movies in
yeah,
general.
but like the Godzilla movies now they do it too. You
Yeah,
have to like
they
go.
do.
You have to sit through those because you're gonna see them
Like, oh,
hint
they
at
make-
the next monster.
There's
or
an
something.
egg that's gonna
Exactly,
crack, and
dude.
the giant thing.
I'm excited they have another movie coming out in
I love
2024.
Godzilla, dude. The new Godzillas, story wise, the human parts suck, but the monster fights fucking awesome.
I don't know if you're gonna be comfortable. We're gonna talk about Godzilla for the next half hour.
monster fight.
Brooks
But
like.
that's my.
This
that's
is
my
where
whole
I
thing.
turn into a lesbian.
I'm driving
Where's
so
a carpet
fast.
to munch on?
I'm like, now I could go for some titties. Where is Coco?
Let's go to a
Banana?
strip
What's her name?
club.
Coco Gumdrop?
Coco Gumdrop. Bow, bow, bow.
Wow, wow, wow.
I wish it was like Beetlejuice. We say her name 3 times. And
She shows up, starts making that eye contact.
Makes eye contact. We're like, we don't really have money, and she's like, she's just. If you don't have money, she's allowed to just leave. Yeah.
oh
I'm
my
like, can
god,
I
that'd
Venmo
be
you?
great.
What?
I'm like, can I Venmo you?
Yeah. No, I think you could.
I have cash. I don't know about you
Yeah.
guys. Fuck
If
it.
I was, oh my God, perfect idea. If you're a stripper and you prefer Venmo, you go out with like the code as a pasty on your nipple, and you go up to the guy and you're just like,
Yeah, you got a
great.
QR code. You got the QR
Yeah,
code.
that's what I mean, the scan code, yeah.
dude.
That's
Hell
great.
yeah. I
You get
like
one
that.
for like the ass cheek too.
That's-
Just like put it back
wow,
there.
dude,
You put it on the front of the thong
I
or
need
whatever.
to start.
Just go.
You need to do this.
$1 million idea, and then put it in the notes.
do it.
It's patent pending. No one steal it, damn it.
Patent pending.
Brooke, you can also do OnlyFans on it too.
Yes.
It's
do
just
it.
a link tree. A link tree. That's
Link
it.
tree. Link trees.
Go, go, go.
Go, Brooke. I want.
We need 5%.
I was gonna say.
This is my idea
I want
from my
5%.
stoned brain.
It's on the yes offense. Copyright yes offense.
No, it's mine.
QR
mine.
codes on the titties.
I have also been recording this entire conversation.
That needs to be on Shark Tank. Go to Shark Tank. I would love to. Mark Cuban's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, do it.
I'm just like, fake
QR codes on the
tattoos.
titties. You should just go to. Should find a way to fit them that way. And
Link
do it.
trees,
Why not?
All nipple sizes.
pasties. Damn, we're gonna be millionaires, guys.
Just go to strip clubs. Like, have you ever thought about
Hey.
marketing?
For
We can
strip-
tag this to your link tree.
Just put them on your boobs.
Does a guy ever look at you and tell you he's run out of money? No fear, ladies. You can now have him scan
No.
your nipples.
Yes. No need to go to that dingy, dark ATM in the corner of the strip club that charges $5.
$355.
That's a win-win for everybody. Guys don't have to have that surplus charge on ATMs. Fuck it.
Yep, and I don't. Oh, it does show up on your credit card.
And ladies,
But I mean,
you don't
it's
have
your
to touch
Venmo. If your girl
dirty
doesn't
money.
have your Venmo,
No more dirty money in your undies. You
That's
get
true.
to clean money.
That is true.
everything's
Oh my
going
God.
digital these days. Why not make strippers digital?
Yes. Soon, yeah, dude. Hell
We
yeah.
all make jokes about swiping a credit card through their bum, but now
You can
just
do
need
it
their
for
phone.
real.
You've seen the tip drill video. Now you can do it digitally. Tip drill.
If I
Yes,
don't make
offense,
a
where you
million,
make $1 billion ideas.
Dude, for
Damn,
real.
this is great. I feel really proud of myself.
You're just cooking lately, dude. You can't be stopped, dude. These episodes lately have been fire. No one can stop us.
Bow, bow.
Yeah, we're going to do the
Real talk.
Yeah.
and skimp on the other
I
ones.
think if I were to have a podcast, that'd have to be one of my drops. The just because I'm
Oh,
Hispanic.
it would have to
Yeah,
be me, but my voice is my
You're
voice.
doing it.
Instead of just doing it, I'm like pre-recorded.
I thought because you're Hispanic, it would be like,
Honestly, it'd just be Pitbull. Just boom. Oh yeah, Dolly.
yeah, exactly. It's Pitbull.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, Mr. Worldwide.
Dude,
No,
that-
not even. I press another one like Da D John Gang. I have to play the whole song.
It's just
Where's the one that's like, gasolina.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I used to work with Hispanics at this at this factory, and any song they played, I mean, no matter what it was, I would look around the corner at them and go, "Yo, is that new Daddy Yankee?" And they get so annoyed, like, "Shut up!"
No, now it's just you just have
laugh.
to say.
And they're like, yeah.
Now it's Bad
What
Bunny.
about it?
Now it's Bad
I know.
Bunny. I'll do that shit all
Well,
the
they
time.
were older too, so they really.
No, I
got
don't
that.
like. Like it sucks because I am like Puerto Rican, but I
Yeah.
hate this one guy I work with. Because like I go to work at 8 a.m. There's no
Yeah.
reason for you to be that loud at 8 a.m.
I mean, you're a quiet Hispanic, yes, but you're
I
also
might as well
Hispanic,
be
so
white.
you should understand.
I need to get warmed up. Like he
I
was
lived
probably
in
up
New
at 4 a.m. I woke up at 7, so like I need that time to warm up
I lived in.
I'm not fully awake until I'm like, it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock.
at night.
I don't need coffee or anything, but it takes me a little while. But I lived in New Haven, and this highly Hispanic neighborhood, and man, did they play music at whenever they wanted.
You know what it is?
Yeah,
Ever since-
anytime, ever.
Ever since I moved out of Hartford, it takes me because I used to live.
I don't mind
I
it,
lived in
but-
Hartford, and there was a fucking rooster on the street. So it'd be like 7 a.m,
Dude, yeah.
and it'll wake me up. I'm like, fuck it, I guess I gotta
It's
get
time,
up.
Dude, my ex, she used to complain when she'd be like, "I don't understand why your neighbors do this," and I'd be like, "Everyone in this
They're
neighborhood's Hispanic."
enjoying life.
I was like, "It's cultural."
He's like,
why
listen,
are you?
this is their neighborhood.
It's
You
like,
cannot come
I'm
in.
invading the neighborhood. I know.
I'm the minority.
I can't go outside and tell one because then there's another one we can't hear that's just being drowned out by that one. Don't you understand? And I was
You go
also
upstairs, you're like, hey, can you turn it down?
Dude,
And you turn
I
it down,
just-
and
dude.
you realize it's been coming from both downstairs
yeah,
and
exactly.
upstairs, and you're like,
this
son
is
of
the
a
thing
bitch.
too. I don't even realize it until someone points it out, and then I'm like, oh yeah, it's yeah.
I've had
All
that
the
happen.
yeah, who
Like,
gives a shit?
I remember like
I love it too. I don't mind it.
I think
I wouldn't
someone
mind that.
Yeah.
in my apartment was playing Spanish music, and I was just jamming out.
Yeah.
And I was cleaning my fucking apartment, so I didn't notice. And my girl came in, and was like, "Wow, they're playing that music really loud." I was like, "Oh, I thought that was mine."
Yeah, dude, hell yeah.
I thought it was my own.
Same buildings, one thing because you're neighbors, but it's like next door. I'm like, I don't want to fight them.
They'd be like, "No, Alex, I'm so sorry," and then they turn it fucking up.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Good times.
I'm surprised my neighbors haven't complained about any noise.
Oh,
Because I'd
all
be
the
making
sex.
all that
Oh,
noise.
yeah. All the dirty sex.
Yeah.
I don't sound like Adam Sandler when I'm
Oh
fucking.
yeah. Pew, 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 pew.
Bow, bow. That's what it sounds like when I climax.
Exactly.
Bow, 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 bow,
pussy just got
bow.
wrecked up in here.
My God, he's coming
Got
in
it.
with the hard 6 inches.
Oh, you came inside me. Ah.
No, I told you not to do that.
Yeah, dude. We don't care, dude. Not that I've done it, Brooke. Not that I've done you. Not that I've done
Not that I'm saying I've had sex with Brooke, but
Yeah.
sex with
Pew,
Brooke.
pew, pew, pew.
I've only heard.
That should be the name of the pod.
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew. I don't know how to spell that, but you should make
You
it.
figure it out.
What's their name? I never heard any of my roommates have sex. I heard one time, but it was the girl just a little bit, and I just moved. I left it dead. Yeah, it was one of those. I was like, ooh. And I just-
Well, and you heard the man, it's like, ugh. And you're
I would
like,
be
oh,
mad.
no.
Yeah, I'd be mad if I heard.
I've
the man.
never heard anyone like have sex, but I remember I was in 4th grade. I had bunk beds, and my bunk bed started moving.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's
Ew.
happening? And I lived in the 2nd floor. So I'm like, either the 1st floor is having crazy sex, or we're just feeding off of whatever's happening on the 3rd floor. But now I I'm appalled that no one has said anything because we have loud sex. And the walls are, I wouldn't say
You
thin,
live with your
but like
parents still?
No, I live with my fiance.
Oh, okay. That's.
But it's just like I'm surprised no one has complained because like we've had like
disgustingly loud.
It's
play
really
music.
hard. It's really hard to go to your neighbor and be like, "Hey,
That's my
so
thing.
I might have heard something."
He's like, listen, you're putting in great work.
Yeah,
but
that's what I actually
Could
what
you
I
do
would
it
approach
a
it. I'd be like, hey
little
man, listen, I
like,
don't
dude,
even
you're
care.
fucking killing it.
I really don't mind it too much. It's just you got crazy. I was like, I cannot
It's like
ignore it.
He was like, you were having rough sex so much,
Yeah.
my TV broke. Like,
I've had
relax.
I've had
Oh God. I just had
Flashback.
Yeah, it was a flashback. I had sex with someone and we moved the entire bed.
I've done that.
And
I've done that.
when we were
Yeah.
done, I was like, they definitely heard in
Yeah.
other parts of this house.
Yeah.
How could you not?
No, actually, one time we had sex at her house. No one was home. We finished and we found out her mom was home.
Oh no.
But she never said anything. And I was like,
She was being a good mom.
either she's doing that or she really didn't hear it. But I'm like, we were loud.
Yeah.
She heard it.
So I was like, first of all, we didn't know when she got home.
You can be upset about it now. She heard you.
But she hasn't come to me. Like, listen, I know you guys, but it was just, if she's,
I think
Fuck it, whatever.
my current boyfriend's grandma definitely heard us.
Nice.
And he likes to tell me, no, she didn't hear anything. And I'm like,
She's old, though.
I was screaming. Of course she heard something.
She's
or she
old
thought I was getting
though.
murdered.
But she's old. So her ears might be all
Maybe.
fucking old too.
She likes me, so maybe she didn't. But like in my mind, she
she
did.
comes in, you guys want some cookies?
Are you hungry? You gonna take a break?
Like Mean Girls. You guys want a snack? A condom? Let me know.
Like me, I'm just a cool grandma.
Hell yeah. No, I've actually had like really loud sex in my old apartment, and I've asked Ish like, "Hey, did you hear that?" And he was like, "No," and I was kind of mad.
Like fuck, I really like
the fuck? That was my best. That was my
my hips hurt right now. I put in so much effort.
Yeah, I was just surprised. Too. I think he was lying too, because I was like, "There's no way."
He didn't
Maybe
want to
for
have
like
that
the
conversation.
friendship. He was
Maybe.
like, for the friendship,
It was
I'll
also
tell him
with someone
no.
he knew as well too. So maybe he was trying to be cool. He was trying to be coy about her.
Eskimo bros. Okay. Never mind. I don't know anything.
What did I just say?
I have Eskimo sisters.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, in the scene.
I have Eskimo brothers.
In the
Same.
scene.
Same. This is what it is. Yeah.
Should we change the subject?
Yeah.
Hashtag can't relate.
Oh, yeah, you're a fiance, dude.
Yeah. How long have you
not
been
out
together?
here slinging your organ around,
Slinging the org.
slinging the sexual genitalia into
It always
other
makes
ones.
me laugh. Everyone's like, yeah, I had sex with this girl, this girl, this girl. I'm like, cool.
You're like,
Wait,
I
have
got
you-
this
have
one.
you only dated your fiance forever?
No.
Okay, I was about to say you're Puerto Rican, dude. That doesn't make any sense.
But even then, the number of people I've slept with is still disappointing.
That's fine. That's fine, dude.
There's no such thing.
The whatchamacallit?
All numbers are good numbers.
I'll say even
Those
for
are fucking rookie
some
numbers.
yeah, you gotta get those up, bro. The Puerto Ricans too, they love hard a lot
Dude,
of times.
you know
too,
what's
so-
funny? I meant to tell you this. You have that joke where like Puerto Ricans, they love to fuck. This old Hispanic dude, he was 60 years old.
Yeah.
I was working with him, had a fucking kid at 60.
Wow,
And like your joke fucking popped up, and I
Yeah.
was like,
dude, they
fuck it, dude. Like,
That's
it's-
too
yeah.
old.
it was funny because he was like, I'm gonna retire in like 2 years.
It's
and
genuinely a sexual culture if you
then,
are around them.
Honestly,
Like,
that's just how it is. Because I have that joke where I'm like, I didn't know what Jamaican music was, and you find out you fuck to it. But like, I'm also like, Hispanics our dances are sexual, but it's
very.
like you're just grinding.
Yeah,
that's
really
all
it
it
is.
is.
I feel like his sperm came out like powdered potatoes.
Yeah.
Like all just like dusty. Like
That's what I was like. Yo,
the kid comes out looking like grandpa.
That's
I
wild.
think his wife is like 30 years old.
Oh, that makes sense. That's
So
fine.
I was like,
That's different.
I was like,
Yeah.
how old is your wife? He's like, oh, she's like 30. He's like,
Honestly, dude.
Yeah,
makes
she
sense.
wanted that baby
I'm
and wanted
not-
no father
yeah.
to raise the baby.
I'm not looking to have kids, but that's if there's any time I'd want to have kids, it'd be like when I'm really old, just because I
So you
wouldn't.
can
Just
die
the
off
fucking-
and not
Yeah,
have
dude.
to care about it.
I leave them good. I leave
You know
them
what?
with great memories.
That works out because like you can like bust a nut, die, and then that's her
yeah,
problem.
dude, it's not my problem. Yeah, what's
She has like the insurance money.
Real talk.
That's
Getting
about
out of
it.
this child support.
I don't want it. Dude.
Not for me. Death
That'd be a good way to
death
go
of being
out.
a father? Death.
I don't think I would. Not that I would be a bad father, but I would be a bad father the way I don't think about being a father. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think it's because like even now I'm thinking about it, like I have no empathy towards like other people. Like if my kid comes to tell me a problem, I'm like,
I think
I guess,
No.
but like it's just like I don't exactly know how to deal with it because
So-
you're if you're coming to me with your bullying, like your bullying is different than my bullying.
Well, I think because it's your kid, you would care. That's what I'm saying. I know if I had a kid, I would love it. I don't want to have that responsibility.
Let me just say, as a girl with severe daddy issues, you would be a terrible father.
Do you want another me?
Dude, I would not want a girl. I'll tell you that, dude.
And you,
Holy
of all
shit.
people, would 100% have a girl.
would.
Yeah, what's that
dude.
saying? Like guys who treat girls like shit and they with
oh,
girls.
okay.
I'm not saying you treat girls like
would
shit,
get a
but
girl.
Okay, just because I have a
Damn. Sluts.
button doesn't mean I hate women.
I would love for you to have a little girl. She grows up, listens to this podcast.
Dad,
and
I
goes,
found
Daddy,
your
what are sluts?
Dad, I found your old podcast.
I promise I love you, just at all these other trifling
Don't be like the women I talk about on the pod.
Like, who are all these Brooks?
Why is it not?
Is that why my name's Brooke?
Oh,
That
God.
would be bad. I would never do that. That would be rude.
What, name a girl Brooke?
Yeah, you're
I'm sitting
no,
right here.
like for like that reason of like yes.
Yeah, that'd be super fucked. That'd be super fucked. Dads, okay, if a guy has had like a lot of different girls and so many different names, and then he's finally with a woman, they are having a baby, and it's a girl, and he has
That
to
he
pick
has to-
names.
yeah.
And she's like, "What about Jessica?" And he's like, "No, it can't be Jessica." What about Samantha? Absolutely not Samantha. And he's just like, all the
Trying
women
to
he's
figure out
ever
those.
slept.
Yeah.
He forgets one. They name her Roseanne,
That's my problem.
and then
with,
he sees her like years later. And he's like, "Fuck."
That's my problem with like with porn star names.
Yeah, but there's what are you gonna name her? Phoenix Marie? You're a
No.
Brooklyn Gray fan?
Brooklyn Chase.
Oh, okay. Brooklyn Gray is
That
pretty hot.
is
yeah.
nice. Everyone thinks my name is actually Brooklyn.
I can't name a
Because
girl
like
Honey.
it makes
Yeah.
sense if you don't know. Like if I don't know you, like I'm Brooke. Like is that short for Brooklyn? Like no, it's just Brooke.
Just Brooke.
My
Like
favorite-
Madonna.
That's the whole thing. Just Brooke.
My
Just
favorite,
the
my favorite porn star is probably like Audrey Batoni, just out of sheer nostalgia and just how I grew up, whatever. But
I don't know names.
it doesn't matter. Audrey's a pretty regular name, but it's like I could never, name someone.
I find that like
Yeah, that's what
I'm
I
always
mean.
like I already know the names of the porn stars I know. They're like I just go
Isn't
to the
there like
homepage and
Alexis,
click. I'm like
Texas or
Yeah,
something?
Alexis, Texas.
Can you imagine any girl named Alexis?
Yeah,
I know a few names.
I know a few
Alexis.
names like
That's what I mean. And it's like, and if their dad
I
knew, but their mom was really adamant,
I dated
like
a gr-
Alexis.
I dated a girl with the girl name version name of me. You know what I mean? Like my name's Alexander. Is that
So-
Is it like
Alexandra?
Alexander?
Yeah, but she didn't go by that, and I thought her name was another name because she went by a variation of a different name. So I would call her, like, let's say she went by. I don't want to reveal her name. Well, but what she goes
Is
by.
she listening to this?
I don't know. You never know. She could
I
pop up.
wouldn't be.
She'd be actually no. She definitely doesn't listen. What am I talking about? She. The reason we don't talk anymore is partly because of this podcast. So yeah, but no,
Hates you.
let's just say she went by like let's say she went by Brooke and her name. I thought her name would be Brooklyn, and I call her Brooklyn, and she'd be like, "No, it's actually Brooke Logian," or some shit like that. And I'd be like, "But you go by no." Hold on, let me think of a better example.
You're really bad at
I'm
this
bad
on the
at this.
spot shit, aren't you?
Shut up.
What's her girl's name? Oh, Brooke's here. It's Brooke.
I know. I thought of because we
What
just
is
said
it like?
Brooklyn. I'm gonna
said
kill
Brooklyn
myself.
like 3
I might
times.
cut this part.
So like, okay, hold on. So like, it would be
If like
you
if
call
she had the female version of your name, it's Alex, like
Lexi?
Alexandra, and like she goes by Sandra or some shit like that. Is that like
No,
something
that would make,
along there, or would that make
it
sense?
would be like Hold on, 10 seconds. Talk about something else. Let me just think of names.
Wow, he's really bad at this.
And this is his podcast.
Fuck you guys. Dude, this is all off the cuff, okay? Sometimes you hit a wall, and sometimes things go wrong.
We've hit no wall. We're doing
Fuck
great.
you guys, dude. Fuck you guys.
I say just use the bitch's name. I don't know her.
All right, she went by fucking Allie, and you'd think her name would be fucking Allison, right? But it's not.
No, I get it.
So one time, the first time I was like, Allison, come here. Like, or something. She's like, what did you just call me? And I'm like, name's Allison. She's like, my name's fucking Alex.
No,
I was
that makes sense.
First of all,
how would I know?
Yeah, number one.
That's
like,
a
I
big
told
leap.
you that before. I was like, first of all, don't remember, because I would have remembered dating a girl who has
the
my
same-
fucking name.
You would not have forgotten that.
I
and
know.
You go by that. That's
And then
the
she
nickname.
goes by Allie, which is not a fucking nickname for Alexander.
It's
Sorry,
not.
it's not. It's a nickname for Allison.
Allison, or
That's a big jump.
It was. Anyway,
yeah, that doesn't.
shout out to that nutty broad.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
god,
different.
She's a good person, but
That's
you
different
know,
because when people want to shorten my name, I either get Ant or Tony. Those
Al
make
or
sense.
Alex, yeah. Or I've been called Xander by my
But that
friend
makes
as a
sense
joke,
because it
yeah.
has like the enunciation of your full name.
Yeah.
my name is already really short, and my nicknames only get
Bro.
longer. Yeah, I'm like, bro. Okay, cool.
What's up, bro?
Brooke, the whore from down the lane.
Here comes Brooke. Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, 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 sucking that dick. Pew, pew, pew. Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah, dude.
Wow. I really got to
Crushing
start
it.
getting bits about God so I can go the other way and people will actually
think so?
like me. No. If I start joking about God, certain
That'll
people
go-
would like
I'm
me.
about to say,
certain
that'll go a
people
certain
will
way.
hate
He's like,
me.
hello, I am Brooke. I have found Jesus.
I stop sucking dick all the time.
I've devoted my life to one man, and is this beautiful man with the six-pack abs.
Really?
That
Dude.
looks really white for some reason in all of his portraits.
Why does he owe it? Why is Jesus sexy?
That is how the American Christian minds made him.
Right? They did. He's
There was a guy in
hippie-
marketing for the Christians, and he was like,
He's like,
okay,
what if we just made him
first of
sexy?
all,
Yeah,
we
it-
need long flowing hair, white skin, okay, because
Beard.
we're all white,
Yeah.
the full beard, six-pack abs.
Yeah, and how come he?
And someone in the back was like, put a tattoo on him, and they're like, no, Sarah, no.
You know
Get out,
what?
sinner.
Basically, if Jesus is Jason Momoa,
No, Jesus is like a stoner. Actually,
if you like,
Jesus has no muscle in his face.
Historically speaking, he would have like darker skin. He was like Middle Eastern
no,
man,
if
was
you
he not?
if you want to look up because they have pictures of it.
Black Jesus,
Look up pictures.
Right,
I'm going to pull it up on the internet. Hold on.
On the internet
Accurate
depiction.
Jesus
Christ.
paint.
it just looks like Mo Musa.
Jesus
We
face.
just hear oh, Jesus fan art.
Accurate Jesus.
I'm just kidding, Mo
face.
Musa. I love you. Shout out to him.
It does not look like Mo Musa. It
I feel like
definitely.
we're at church
He looks
now.
like what's the guy who plays Benny the Butcher?
Yeah, so this guy, this picture I've seen a million times where this is like more of an accurate
Yeah.
depiction of what he would look like. And then the Christians were like, absolutely not.
He looks like you
Absolutely
walk
not.
into a bodega and is like, "Hey, buddy! Hey, buddy! Good to see you, buddy."
But it definitely, he would not,
No,
he
he
would not
wouldn't.
look like this guy.
Look at that! Look how clean and cut that Jesus is.
Yeah, dude. That Jesus.
Yeah, like he went to the barber and
He
got
had a
like,
Hispanic barber. That's why.
like trimmed up. Like, oh my God.
No,
I want to look up Jesus fan art now and see if it's like him making out with like Mary.
Oh, that'll be great. You want to? Ew.
Magdalene.
What the hell's wrong? Oh, okay.
Magdalene!
I was like, what the fuck, Brooke? Yo.
Have you not
This is
seen
not
fan-
Simpsons porn.
Have you not seen fan art for like Marvel? They'll have
Yeah.
like Iron Man and Captain America like butt fucking
No, I
each
know.
other.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I thought
that's
you
Rule
said
34.
Yeah, there's like Bart fucking
Yes.
Lisa.
Yes.
As I said, the Simpsons shit. The Simpsons porn you always see ads for in the side, and you're like, I'm gonna bring that up.
You know
next
what's
time.
funny?
I'm gonna bring that up in my bit next time.
Fuck!
thought
I
about it.
remember
Thank
my
you.
girl
I-
sent me like
You
she was
will
trying to be
see.
like she was trying to be sexy. She sent me like there's like that picture of like Bart stuffing his ass in Marge's ass.
Jesus Christ.
She sent me that, and I was like, I understand what she's saying,
Yeah.
but I don't know if she understands that's actually Marge he's doing that to.
It's
This
horrible.
is incestuous.
The same thing, Family Guy. It's like, I always see shit like that on the side where you're like, what? Who's this for? Who's it for?
This is the person that's like, I
It's for
really
the-
want to hear fucking Lois's voice.
So that's the thing.
Give it to me.
You know what? If anyone out there listening
me
to
that
this
chowder.
podcast, I'm dead serious. Anyone out there listening to this podcast knows anyone who's into that stuff, because it's an audio podcast, we won't even put their name. We'll distort their voice. Get them in touch with me. I want to interview someone like that because I don't understand that shit. I think it's odd.
Make us understand your
Please.
fetish.
I know this isn't.
You just got to go to Pornhub, go to the comment section, and just be like, "Hey, I have a podcast. Anyone want to be on it?"
Call me at
I remember
You would get so many dudes who were like,
At Silly
Hey,
Sally.
is
Funny
this
thing,
Alex?
it's always full. This podcast is great with themes, but like I remember you messaged me a while back because you listen to the pod as well, but you messaged me and were like, this podcast, you've been talking a lot about relationships lately, and it was because I was dating that girl Allie, and we were going through a lot of shit that was really fucking with me, and it just kept bleeding into the podcast. Because this podcast has no theme or anything, and it clearly goes from like sex to violence and
Masturbation.
it goes from
and
sex
movies,
to violence.
it doesn't matter, dude. But I just
To
there
more
was
sex
there was
and
like
more
3 or 4
violence.
episodes where I kept asking people like, when you do this in a relationship, just anyway.
Jesus, that relationship sounded awful.
You know, physically fun, other stuff, no.
I can understand that.
Yeah, you know, and other
I've
stuff
been
was
there.
fun at times until it just wasn't. So,
Damn.
wish her the best.
We be gassy on this podcast.
Yeah. I tell people to do that to the mic. Just don't fart. If you farted into the mic, I'd be pissed.
Oh my God! Why would someone do that?
If it was a mic where we were all
Because you gotta
the
put
same-
it back to
Yeah,
your
exactly.
fucking mouth,
Exactly.
you idiot. Get
Yeah.
pink mouth.
So I can't queef into it is what you're saying.
I mean, that
As long as I get to smell it first.
yeah.
Your fiance gonna listen to this, you whore.
Hey, she wants to go to the strip club. I'm pretty sure
that's
she.
right. That's right. She wouldn't care.
You know, it's odd. I've been. I don't want to blow anyone's spot up, but
Blow it up.
queefs are now don't even matter to me.
They
Right? What was
shouldn't.
it? They had like South
Yeah.
Park episodes. Where it was
Not
like,
even with no one I've currently been dating, but in the past I have dealt with
Some
an
noisy puss.
absurd amount, like where I was.
some Bismarcky beatboxing.
Yeah,
bitches.
dude. To like, yeah. If I ever, yeah.
Oh baby, you.
No, but have you ever had a dude pull it out
Zig,
and you're
zig,
like,
zig it
oh
to the
no,
side.
and it's all of a
No
sudden
matter
it's just
what I
like,
say, it always
You know
comes
what?
out
Have you ever
fly.
seen Dance Flick?
no.
Fuck. There's a scene. There's like a character in there. Her name is Miss Camotois.
Yeah.
And she actually had like a big ass
Camel toe.
And like at the end,
Camotois.
her pussy beatbox.
Nice.
Nice.
Because I've
been
pulled-
working on that
Lottie
myself.
dottie.
Very
I've
difficult.
I've just had it happen where it sounds like, fucking choppers flying over in the Vietnam War. I've been like, Jesus!
Just.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I feel,
It's like, did you have a typewriter in here?
That's
What's
the
going
thing.
on?
It's like, because
Mine do get noisy.
it happens.
It happens to the best of us.
All right.
You put in that work, it claps back.
Yeah, right?
That was my ideology. If you're putting in that work, it's gonna say something.
I will always laugh when it happens.
I know.
I will never not.
I have to like keep a serious face because I don't think
You
she's
know what
gonna
they
like
sh-
it if
yeah.
I laugh.
You know what they should do?
I hate when a guy keeps a serious face.
Unless
It makes me feel like I
Unless
should be
it's back shots.
embarrassed.
Back shots, she's not looking at my face.
You know what they
I'm like,
really should do? Like, as silly as it sounds, they should have, how they have those like assemblies where they have someone come out who's like, I did every drug ever. And I went to jail and I did I lost everything. And now I do this.
Yeah.
And life's
that for
not
sex?
great, but they really should. Cause high school, like the amount of dumb
yeah.
They
shit.
should do better sex
Yeah.
education.
Yeah, the amount of dumb shit, not like that per se, but they should definitely have like people explain sex to you in a funnier way where they're like, yo, you shouldn't be worried about this shit, because it's just
You know what?
you
Just-
will grow. They have to better explain to people how you will inevitably grow out of it, or just be you will grow out of
another
certain
million
shit.
idea. Just have Mo Green go to schools.
No,
No, I don't think he's allowed.
yeah.
I don't think he's allowed to be
Have
in
Mo Green go to
schools.
schools.
No, I don't.
Like
think
you don't want
that's-
that tight coochie.
No, that wouldn't.
You want that loose punani.
No, that wouldn't go over well, Vega.
Send me to a school. I've seen some things in my day.
What's up? My name's Brooke, and I'm a whore.
Let me tell you how to not get gonorrhea.
I just remember being like very dumb about like, yeah, I would never be with a chick if she did this, and it's like shit where you're like, now that I'm an
adult,
I'm like,
why did I say that?
Yeah, where did that get in my head? And that's what I'm saying. They should have
They should teach. Like I remember there was a comedian a few years ago that had a joke about tampons, and there was a comedian who I won't name sitting next to me, and he was like, I don't get why that's funny. And I had to explain to him what like pads and tampons looked like, so that he would understand the
Can
joke.
you at least
and I was
tell
like,
us his age at the time?
he was like the same age as us. He's probably like 25, 26 years fucking old.
Wow.
And I was like, dude, he's like, what about wings? And I'm like, pads have little tabs on the side. They're called wings.
Yeah, no, like
I thought he was
Like chicken wings?
yeah. When do the wings come into play?
like buffalo. I don't get it.
Does it soak up the sauce?
Oh, I had to explain
Is
like
there
the
ranch or
string.
blue cheese?
I literally had to explain the string and like the applicator thing. And he was like, wait, what's an applicator?
Look, even like, do you remember? I'm sure you asked this. You remember? You too. Like, you remember when girls would be like, if a girl asks you to go get you tampons, would you do it? And I said yeah at the time, but I remember dudes.
Are you kidding me?
And they'd be like, that's nice because most dudes won't do that. And you're like,
yeah, there are guys.
Because you look
Just
stupid
weird.
in the. I don't
That's
care.
what I mean. Yeah,
I remember my girl called. I was at Walmart. She's like, "Hey, I need pads." Yeah. Which ones? I see all these. Which ones is yours?
But that's like been a thing. You know what I mean? It's weird.
It is.
It's dumb.
Pro women. Yes, offense podcast.
Yes.
Damn. Sluts. Yes. Catch us at the next slut walk.
Yeah, man.
No, my own father will not go to the store. He's a Southern man. He doesn't believe that women have vaginas or something. But
my girl told me one time that she had a friend that didn't believe girls pooped. And it's like, are you serious?
I be pooping all the time. Right before I came here.
All day.
Hell yeah.
Healthy poops.
I hope so.
Recommend it.
Yeah,
You heard it from Brooke Smith, you guys.
Yeah, Brooke Smith.
Take those healthy dumps.
Takes up dump.
It's funny. That shit literally doesn't. That shit literally doesn't factor into me until I've like spent days with a woman and you've eaten a lot together, and then you're like, I have to shit, and then you're like with them, and you're like, hey. I have to take a shit, and they're like, "Oh yeah." Usually it's fine, but it is odd for some reason to just broach that subject with someone you just met.
I think it took me a couple months to do that at my girl's house.
It is. It's like a
it
thing.
wasn't like I'm afraid. I was scared to do it, and like it stinks, and she doesn't have her breathe in there.
Exactly.
Like that's my thing.
The
It's like
aftermath.
I have to like make sure
You
there's
don't
something
think
in
we're
there.
worrying about the same
I know.
thing?
No, I know.
Like I know,
But when
we
it
have
comes up, if you're the first one where you're like, "Oh, I'm the one who has to shit."
Have you ever clogged someone's toilet?
Yeah. Oh yes, dude. I got a bad one. Hold on, I got one worse. Maybe not worse, but new kid. Not that this got around or anything, but I was new to the school. Moved to the school. Went over this kid's house. Him and two other kids were doing like a science project. We were doing a project or whatever, and I just met these kids too, and I clogged their toilet, and their mom had to come and unclog it.
Did she have to get a shit knife?
No, she got a plunger though.
Oh, okay.
man.
But it would have been worse
so
if she had to
bad.
go in there
Did
and
that
like,
drag
cut
to
the
school, or
poop.
were they kind of
Not
cool
at all.
about it? They were
Honestly,
cool about it.
never even got brought up, but it was so embarrassing because it's
That
like
makes sense.
They were already slightly on the fence about me. One of them was,
And then
it
you
was
took a
his
massive
house.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh
Fucked
shit!
his toilet up. It didn't
Listen.
get back though. And how bad could that have been? You know what I mean? Like he clogged my toilet.
Like yeah, you know what?
Just righteous at one point.
I'm always thinking
You
about
took a
like
big healthy
stuff
poop.
we made fun of like in middle school,
Yeah.
and like now that I'm an adult, I was like, how is that bad?
Yeah, no, for real.
But listen, you will never hear two women pooping at the same time in a public restroom. You will not.
Oh, yeah?
Because we freeze when we hear other people. Other women.
That makes sense.
We
You know-
they walk in, we go, hold it. Hold it. It happened to me at work, but me and my coworker, we have like walked in on each other and we're like, hey, you pooping? Okay, I'll come back later.
Okay. I
We're
do that.
very open with each other because we're like, we want you to have the alone time.
Have you clogged someone's toilet? You had a face like you've been through some shit. Again, literally.
Clogged plenty of toilets in my day.
So what happened was I was at my house, but my boyfriend was there, and we were supposed to be going somewhere, and our toilet was just like did not function properly. So it would get clogged all the time anyway. So I clogged it, and I was like, oh my God, all right. And I'm like going at the plunger, and I usually get it myself. Like no problem, but apparently I just had a real big one, I guess. And he's like, babe, just let me come in and do it. And I'm like, no, you're gonna see the brown water.
No, not this side of me. No.
You'll stop loving me.
Dude, I've
He went in and did it.
Yeah.
And then we didn't look each other in the eye for like 2 days.
Said, listen, we can have sex, but with the lights off, please.
I
don't
not
wanna
on the
see your
same
butt
thing,
again.
but yeah, I've my ex, I had to give her an enema once. Yeah.
Wow.
How nice of
Yeah,
you.
I know.
I've-
It was love. I'm not gonna lie. It was like, you know what I mean? That's
That is love.
that is love. At
That's
the time,
actually that's really sweet.
I
That's
know.
so weird to say, but it's
it
actually
was-
very sweet
honestly,
that you did that.
Honestly, traumatizing. but
Romantic.
but it was yeah.
At least
it
I
was,
would come up in arguments. Like, you don't love me enough, bitch.
I
Yeah.
gave you a fucking enema.
I've had to
You whore.
push a tampon out.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
You have
You
to
have to
like
string
go.
those
We're
in.
getting deep on this podcast.
Literally.
It's because I'm here. You wouldn't be talking about half of the shit if there wasn't a woman in here.
Yeah, you're right. It would seem.
You would still be talking about
God.
Godzilla.
Dude,
And monster
before
fights.
you got here, that's all we were. We were just talking about stuff on the wall.
We're wasting half an hour, Brooke.
Yeah, all the nerd stuff got out. You're lucky the Godzilla even made it.
I like to get into the deep conversations.
That's sick. I've done that too. I have not. I've accidentally had a condom come off, and you know,
Really?
That happened to me.
it's been in
A
there.
girl told me that
Happened to me.
happened, but it wasn't like it was like it happened. It was more like the guy overcompensated his size, had a bigger condom, and it just I laughed my fucking ass off.
That's really funny.
That's hilarious.
Mine
wasn't the case.
was like first time, not first time having sex, but like one of the first person I was having sex with. So it was not great for both of us.
Yeah, it's never good the first time around. Anyone
know.
that's ever like, yeah, I crushed it. I'm like, no, you didn't.
No.
Oh no, it wasn't
Absolutely.
the first time we had sex, and I definitely didn't crush it the first time either. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No one else correct it.
No, I had the funniest. It was actually really funny. I was having having sex. He came out. I was like, "Where'd the condom go?" And he's like, "I don't know." And then we're looking
Yeah.
around the bed, and he's like, "I think
Said,
it's."
bitch, I'm Houdini.
Same. I did this. I was like, "There's only one option where it could be," and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "I mean,
in there. But I went in and I did like a fish hook and I was like, I didn't find it. So it's got to
Just
be
took
on
a
the bed
bath.
somewhere.
Yeah.
But then I went back in and I was like, oh, it was just behind the cervix. I got to push that out of the way.
Jesus.
There she blows.
Said, bitch, call me Houdini because here it is.
that's gotta be."
You know, actually, so
Man,
you were.
broad's got it rough, dude.
Yeah, we are the
I honestly, I
gatekeepers.
give it to you because you guys have so many worse sex stories than we do.
Absolutely.
Because like our thing is just it's a dick. That's it. But like a guy has to like poke you with it.
Yeah.
So
And
like,
you're-
what if like a
I
guy could like just miss completely, and like he just hits your
jams
fucking-
you? Yeah, it's happened and it hurts.
I'm sure.
They
I
pull
think
out, go back in, rip something, and I'm like,
Okay.
I hate you.
Another full circle. We got.
You're
we got,
not even the one with the
we got
puss, you
clit.
puss.
We got clit sides ripping. We got.
I know. I
Brooke
showed
getting-
up to make you uncomfortable. Okay, you were talking about your first time.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened my first time? Let me just explain. Let me just explain everything, okay?
Okay.
I lost my
We didn't
virginity.
really ask, but okay.
I lost my virginity to a man in the woods.
Rick, what did we say about going on hikes with strangers?
How southern of you.
He laid out a towel and he
that's
said,
romantic.
"You look so pretty." No.
I was gonna say that.
Just when the
What age is this?
Mississippi sun hits your eyes.
He's like,
it was
"Girl,
also
you-
my cousin.
you look hotter than a.
He played banjo for a solid 3 songs.
No, so
That's 45 minutes.
okay.
You look hotter than a mid-July day.
My God. No, so it was on a towel. It was over very quickly. And then he abandoned me. We got back out to the trail at the end of it, and he went off to like go hang out with his friends. I was like, "See you later," and I was like,
Yo, that's
dude."
dude, that's the realest dude of all time. Okay?
He's a
I love
piece
him.
of shit.
That man rules.
And then later on,
He dicked and dashed. Like, that
Dude,
was-
he
I had to
had
call my
stuff
mom and be like, "Hey, can you
to
come
do.
out?"
He
And
had
then I had
stuff
to tell
do.
my mom, like, "Yeah, I just had
He's
sex
chilled
for
with
the
his
first time."
He chilled with his boys.
You know
he
what
had to
the-
go tell his boys.
It was
Yes, did you
Saturday,
get it?
and Saturday
he had that
said, "What?"
shit scheduled,
For
man.
the boys!
He had that shit scheduled. Like,
How-
I have to hang out with
what-
the boys at 4:30. But I
Yeah,
have to
what
squeeze you
year
in
was
at
this?
4.
What year was this?
Oh, I had just turned 16.
Okay, so Halo's out. Okay, Halo's
Xbox was still the.
yeah. You have to understand, Brooke. You were competing with
was 12
one of the
years
coolest
ago.
games at the time, and
I
you.
was competing with one of the coolest games.
Oh my God.
No, but
yeah.
later on, what
Dick
happened?
move,
I
for
was
real,
one of
though.
the first ones to lose my virginity in the friend group.
Oh, wow. Shocker.
Wow.
I'm in the room.
And that's when Brooke the whore was born. Pew, 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 pew.
Whore. No, so we had a slumber party, and my friends all knew. They were like, "Can you tell us what happened?" So I'm holding counsel at a slumber party.
Settle down, ladies.
Ladies,
Settle down.
I'll tell you about the sex.
Everyone's on the floor. You're on the bed.
They're like
Heat her up.
raising
Yeah, yeah.
hands, asking questions like, question over here for the Daily News. Did you bleed? Did you bleed? No, I did not bleed, but it was very
He's like, our sources say that
Oh.
your vagina rips. What do you say about that? ladies, I come back with good news.
The hymen is still intact. I can confirm it is intact.
Was it one
I
of
have a
those
great news
big
lady voice.
penises,
That was
Brooke?
good. That was great.
Brooke, was it a
We need
big
to report
penis?
on stuff that isn't news related.
Right,
So we're
dude.
here with Alex Tomaselli, and he's about to pick up this girl. His technique looks a little weak, but we're hoping for him.
Yeah, Anthony, he really is struggling to get the digits, but we'll see on
He's like later that
little
night,
faith.
and we're back at Tomaselli's place, and we're hoping he scores. We're not sure if the Michael
we
Keaton
look in-
Batman will help, but
if we peek through
He's
the window
trying to convince
here.
the girl that this is just, was there before he moved in, and it's not really a part of his whole thing.
he's like, hold up, Brooke. Oh,
It
he is
appears-
pulling out the Sopranos.
Wow, this is a fatal move, Anthony. I do not think this is going well for him. Oh, it looks like she is in fact leaving. He is breaking out the lotion and the tissues.
And here comes his mom
A
with
tough loss
scones.
for Tomaselli.
So she's got scones. Alzo's got the scones. You guys disrespect bringing up things from other podcasts. I see. See what's going on here?
You know what? At least it shows we care because we listen.
Yes. Well,
You listen.
yeah. I don't expect Brooke to listen.
Honestly, it's
She's busy getting cummed in.
too busy being a whore.
Yeah.
How many times did we do it?
This has been, damn. We haven't done anything gay or super
I've talked about gay
racist
stuff.
this
Well, I
podcast.
mean,
so the other ones haven't.
yeah,
Well, I
lesbian
don't.
is gay.
I don't like the other thing, the racist stuff. I'm not a fan.
yeah.
The gay stuff, since I'm half gay, I can say anything.
She's a part-time.
And I got
gay.
news for you. That means you're gay.
Shout out to Ice-T. I'm sure he's a fan.
Yeah, fan of the pod.
Every time I watched him on SVU,
I can't take it serious. I
Bum,
really
bum.
can't.
when he's like,
Because he's always like, what's that thing that impression for like the test little girls, huh? Like,
you like pigtails?
Yeah.
Like how are you in an interview and you're like, aren't you?
he's like, aren't you Ice-T? He's like, can you be a cop? He's like, I used to rap about not the
Are
cops,
your wife's
but
tits real? No? No? Okay. Her ass real? No? Okay. Her lip? No? Okay. That's what I would do if I got questioned by Ice-T. I'd be like, your wife,
how's the
how
head game?
much, what is it like having sex
fake?
with a
Piece of plastic.
a piece of, she's like,
No, it's
so,
squishy.
she's greatly proportioned, but but have you ever seen his
Enhanced.
wife?
Yes, I have.
Plastique.
Coco? Whatever her
It's
name
not. Well, it's not plastic.
Coco Gumdrop.
Yeah, dude. We can't be stopped, dude. We just...
Silicone and saline and
honestly,
other
dude,
things.
anyone
Squishy, they
listening,
feel
go
nice.
listen to any other comedian's podcast who who has this great a flow.
Honestly,
because
at-
they don't. I'm just sorry. They
At this point, you might as well just tag Coco Gumdrop in the.
I might message her and say, hey, we messaged you
Get
on
her
this
on the
podcast.
pod.
And it was
I
all
have
good
mentioned
stuff.
your name
So is it all right if we
so
tag
many
you?
times.
Feel free to share it on the thing. And if
Tell
you're-
it to your stripper friends. 'cause
I
we're
might
coming in.
DM her as a thing and be like, hey, me and another comedian just mentioned the show, and we brought you up because you're our favorite. You're the most recognizable
favorite
stripper.
You're our
stripper.
favorite.
She was our favorite,
On
if
it-
I'm being honest. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Some
She's
of them
a nice
were
lady.
good, but she was top tier.
She was nice.
She
She
was
was nice, too. She seemed like a nice lady.
she was small.
And
That's
that
my
stripper
thing.
is a nice lady. I'm gonna bring you home to my
She laughed at our
mom.
jokes, okay? The other strippers
That's
were
all it
just,
takes.
you're in.
That's
The other
all it
strippers
takes
were
for a
like, God, I
comedian."
just want to go do coke. And these fucking losers are talking about Toy Story and fucking being Puerto Rican.
Oh
She
my
laughed
God.
at our jokes.
Yeah.
That's all it takes for a male comedian. That's all you guys need.
I think so.
They're like, this girl thinks I'm funny. I'm gonna fuck her.
You have no idea.
All Sally has to do is like, hey, sluts. If they laugh,
He's
in
seen
the
that.
bag.
Yeah. I go up to
I
whichever
love
one
that.
laughed the hardest after.
Hey, sluts.
Yeah, whichever one thought it was funny, I'm like, that's the one.
Target engaged. Yeah.
And women sleep with you?
Dude, you'd be shocked. I get
shocked
surprised.
already.
You've met a few of them, right? Haven't you?
have.
Yeah, they're not ugly, right?
Are you looking for my approval?
No,
this
I'm
is
just
really
saying.
weird.
I need a horror stamp of approval right
when
now.
you meet them, you're like, this woman shouldn't like this man.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I am. Shut up, dude. I'm charming. I know how to turn it off.
I love you.
The nonsense.
I just never want to see your penis.
I'm okay with that.
And
a good way to put
in
it.
return, you'll never have to see my penis.
Yeah, dude, I'm all right. You've discussed your body to such an extent where I'm like, I'm all right.
There's the more you talk
I
about.
do have one.
Yeah, your tits, I'm assuming, are just like you've
uneven.
explained them where I'm just like, if you were like, you want to see him, I'd be like, I don't know, Brooke. You kind of made him seem horrible.
I mean, they treat me nice, but like
They buy me drinks.
they get me drinks. The one does anyway.
See? The way you
If
talk
guy's
about that, I'm
standing
just like,
on the left
I'm
side.
expecting one to be like
Have an
perfect and the
eyeball.
other one to be like, Craig, go to the reactor. That's a Total Recall reference.
Oh my god!
You know that
It's actually like my twin that never was
it's
birthed,
one
but just
of those.
attached to my body.
It's the one you kept in the attic.
It looks like Voldemort did in the first Harry Potter.
back of the
You
head.
just
But
feed
it's my
fish.
small
here.
titty.
Yeah.
Oh god!
Get the stone.
They were explained to me one time. I was with a guy and he was like super stoned and he was like, "Listen, you don't
Hold
have
on.
bad boobs."
Do we know this person?
Maybe.
All right, because I'm picturing a specific man. All right, go.
Afterwards, I want to know who you think it is.
All right, well, we'll-
Perfect. So he's like, "Listen, your boobs are still good boobs, but like just one's smaller. But one is like the perfect boob, and the other one's just a smaller version of the perfect boob."
See, okay.
And I
This
was
man.
like, I'm
She was like,
gonna-
this is Dr. Evil, and this is Mini Me.
I said that my last fucking open mic. You dumb whore. It's in the notes.
This is Godzilla and this is Manila. I hate my life. Anyway, I will guess after. Yeah, we've cooked beyond.
Oh, how long have we been?
We've been going
forcing this
a while,
conversation.
a while, and I'm not going to even. It's perfect. So if you guys want to keep going,
Hell
you can.
yeah.
But if you want to clip
Hell
it,
to the
I think
motherfucking yeah.
we're at the.
Bow,
I think we're at the
bow.
time.
I can go either way. If you want to end it, I'm cool with that. But if we want to keep going,
It's 6:00.
but I'm not sure if you want like a 2-hour pod.
That's the thing. I'm good.
What are we at right now?
We're at a 120, dude.
oh shit.
Going a while.
Like 5 more minutes.
Yeah, if you want. Whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Give people
Anyway.
what they want.
What's-
Me talking about my shitty titties. I don't know how Joe Rogan hasn't called you and been like,
I know,
"Hey,
been
who
like,
are these
I've been
wonderful people?
So
I
you do a
would love
podcast
to
called
chat."
Yes Offense. That's crazy.
That's crazy, man. You ever been on Fear Factor?
What are you talking about? He screams about everything. Doesn't he like scream at the top of his fucking
No,
lungs
no.
when he talks?
I've honestly
not at all.
don't care enough to listen to that podcast.
I listen to Rogan when he does.
Listen to that podcast.
I listen to Rogan when he has like real comedian.
I want to because like
He has Shane
like,
Gillis,
yeah.
and Louis C.K. and Tim Dillon on. Those are good listens because it's funny. But if he has like, he always has like Dr. Rhonda Patrick on. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this bitch.
Rhonda
First of all, it's a woman. Second of all, it's a doctor. Okay, I don't want to listen to some nerdy woman. Has to
Dr.
say.
Woman Vagina on the case.
Unless she's talking about her pussy, I don't want to hear about it.
Damn, and a woman left you over this podcast. I don't understand why she
You know
would
what's
do
crazy?
that.
You know what? The thing that initially got her pissed was I was like Fairuza Balk in The Craft, the 1994 cult horror movie classic about girls who get turned into witches.
I love that movie.
Who doesn't?
Obviously, but that's a
I
wonderful
have a-
movie.
Listen,
Like-
if you weren't gonna like that movie, you would be edited out tomorrow.
I have a. It's just that you know the chick I'm talking about, Fairuza Balk, the
one with, like,
she's
You don't even exist to me.
her zany look, it's something does it to me. She's super hot. I said she's
I
super
think she's
hot.
really attractive.
Yeah, that's what I said. And that girl got mad. She was like,
Okay.
you can't be saying How would you think? She's like, I don't want to hear you talk about other women. I'm like, it's Fairuza Balk.
This is
I'll never meet her ever. I don't think I'll ever.
Why is that such a thing? Like, I swear to God. I remember my girl. She was like, who is your first celebrity crush? And I was like, mine was like, it's a tie. It's between Stephanie McMahon and Danielle Panabaker because I was a fucking kid.
You are so Puerto Rican, right?
Right. So that was it. Those were like the only like. Yeah. So I was like, that was it. And she was like, oh, really? And I used to watch the Flash show, and Danielle Panabaker is on that show. So whenever she would come on the screen, she was like, "Isn't that your girlfriend?" Yeah. And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, what does that matter?" And we went to watch.
I'm never gonna fuck her. I don't know what the problem is.
We went to watch King of the Monsters, and her celebrity crush is O'Shea Jackson Jr. Okay. And he's in there. Yeah. So she was like, "Damn," and I was just like, "Where does it end? Like, come on! Like,
I'm not allowed."
I don't care that you like him. Like, when are you gonna fucking meet this man?
I told my boyfriend flat out at the beginning of our relationship that if Paul Rudd ever became a single man, that I would leave him in the night and not explain myself, and then he would just see me with Paul and be like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, you would just have to accept it. I don't care if I have like 3 kids and a full life. I'll be like, Paul Rudd is available and would like to date me. All right, I love him
be on
with all of my heart.
First class over there.
I love him with all my heart.
Flight. Paul Rudd rules.
He's
the only one to beat Michael. Well, yeah, he's the only one who really beat Michael Myers. He's in the Michael Myers.
Oh, what's that?
That's Halloween 6. Curse of Michael Myers.
Yeah,
solid flick.
The weird one.
Not people.
Paul. What?
I think that's one. Yeah, he fought Michael Myers.
He's supposed to
be.
He beats Michael Myers.
He's supposed to be like the kid, Lori, like
Tommy or whatever. Yeah,
yeah, that she babysat.
He actually. Yeah, you don't even know it's like I remember rewatching that and be like, it's fucking Paul Rudd. That movie is. I like that one, but a lot of people think that's the one that killed that part of the franchise.
It's good if it makes sense. I have to rewatch it.
It doesn't
because
there's like
I think that's the whole thing with a lot of the slasher films. Like after you get like your first like 2 movies, it's like where do we go from here? It's like he's killed a lot of people. Like we need to bring something in.
Yeah,
I have to go
so
home and
it's
watch
like
this.
we're gonna bring in a cult.
It's good. If you actually,
I don't think I've seen.
Have you seen the other Halloween? Some of them.
Yeah.
All you have to do is watch that one to understand it. You have to watch 4 and 5 first.
I've seen like all of them. I'm surprised that I have not seen this. That's why I'm like super confused right now, especially since Paul's in it. I love that man.
Every time.
Paul.
It's like, listen, let's just go masturbate to Michael Myers real quick.
No, my go-to is Ant-Man.
Really?
Makes sense. He has more screen
because he
time.
gets smaller and you can stiff him up your sniz.
Exactly.
So it doesn't ruin the stitches.
What if he grew inside you? Would that be the worst thing? What if that's the only way you could date him?
Well, if you've ever seen the show, what is it with the superheroes?
Oh, The Boys.
The Boys.
The Boys.
You know
I gotta
what scene
watch
I'm
them this
talking
season.
about?
He comes out of the
So
dude's
then that would happen to me.
Sneezes.
Then I would die.
Got you. What a way to go, though.
Paul
Rudd ruined your vagina.
Honestly, put that on my tombstone.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd hit this.
And I died.
Yeah.
Next time I have sex, I'm going to end it with bow, 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 bow.
That would be
There should be like a device you have like on your tombstone where you makes a sound. And that would be yours.
It's like
Your
a little
lies,
button
Brooke.
on the bit.
I'd want mine to make the black hole sound. If you guys have heard that, which is terrifying.
That creepy like.
It literally sounds like there's demons in that.
Gotcha.
In space?
If I was doing,
Yes.
if I could make
Are we saying there's not?
if there were a horror movie, if I could be involved in any horror movie, I would try to make them put that sound to something because it's genuinely unnerving.
But think about all the things that are in space.
I know.
People burping in space. But like, there's 100% things like out there. We
There
can't
should
go
be.
down the hole of aliens
should be.
now.
No, I know.
It's
We
too
will have a 5-hour podcast.
Fuck it, we're doing another episode.
Never-ending episode.
The thing is, I feel like aliens wouldn't be what anything we would think. Yeah, at all.
You know what? I think it's more like kind of like a Superman thing where they look human, but their whole thing is like different.
Yeah.
Their anatomy probably is different, but there probably are some crazy
All their
creatures.
organs are on the outside of their body.
Or it's something that like doesn't even acknowledge us as like life. That's what I'm worried about. Like a
We're basically black people to them.
The rest of the universe
It's
is...
the cop of the universe.
Yes, it's the cop of the universe.
No, like because that's like the H.P. Lovecraft, how he looks at alien cosmic entities and shit. It's like they're so beyond what we
What we could even imagine.
imagine. So when they come into contact with us, we're basically like insects to them. but
That makes sense.
less.
That would make sense.
I believe it.
Like sort of.
You know how
they
there's
look at us as like
ghosts?
dust. You know what I mean?
You know how ghosts are real?
I don't believe in ghosts.
Well, fuck off. Yeah, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, I can't. If I can't readily explain
Not
what
enough
it
black
is,
ghosts. What? Not enough.
but
There
yeah,
are ghosts. But what if ghosts, so like on this planet, we these strange things happen and we feel these weird things. What if ghosts are actually aliens? We can't even like form.
that'd be fucking.
We
cool.
can't even
What
form
is that?
what
That's
they
a M. Night
are.
Shyamalan twist.
What if there's like always around us studying
You mean the
us?
shadow people thing? You never heard of the shadow people?
Like from what's that fucking Patrick Swayze movie?
Yeah, no, but yeah, it's like that. There's a theory that there's shadow people, which are it's another universe within our universe, but we can't see them.
But they can see us.
They can see us.
That's
I like the whole
spooky.
the whole mirror thing.
Well,
Whereas like how your mirror is basically another world,
Yeah.
but it's just the opposite. If you're righty here, you're lefty on the other side.
so we're all murderers on the other side.
I think on the other side, I have my life together. That guy has it made.
I like to think we're getting super deep now. I like to think, you know what? You know
Get
what's
ready for another
odd?
hour and a half, guys.
You know what's really odd? I like to I think back on like certain situations or like that. I think so let's put it this way. I think in every single in other universes, there in that universe. Let's say every girl I've ever hooked up with, there's a version of me who stayed with that girl.
Oh, like the multiverse.
Shit like that. Yeah.
Oh wow!
I like that
I
idea
like to
because
think
it's
like
like
that, yeah.
you ever have deja vu?
No. Or like I didn't get arrested in another universe, or I never was.
I never went
I
to
never even
fucking
tried doing
rehab for
stand up.
weed.
Yeah, yeah. I never lived in Connecticut. Shit like that, whatever.
Maybe I think that's like a thing where like
I like
how
to think
Doctor
about
Strange like your dreams is your other
Yeah.
universe. Like I
Yeah.
think that's like one thing where you're.
I think that too. I think dreams are almost too weird sometimes where
Oh my
you feel like
God.
you're seeing into something else.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I
make sense.
totally. This is the craziest thing, the craziest dream I've ever had, and it still to this day makes me feel upset. So it's terrifying. I dreamt 9 months. I dreamt 9 months. I dreamt me having a baby. I dreamt giving birth and having a baby.
Yeah.
And it was so incredibly real. In the dream, I was in the apartment that I was
Yeah,
currently
yeah.
living in, went to bed and put the baby in the bassinet next to the bed, woke up suddenly the next morning, and the first thing out of my mouth was, "Where's my baby?"
Holy shit, that is creepy.
And it took about 5 or 10 minutes for me to calm down and realize that was all a dream.
Wow.
And I was like, you can't tell me I didn't
That
just
is such
dip
a-
into
Another
a different
reality.
version of my life.
You had such a
Holy shit.
Her name was Jasmine. She
What
had
was
dark
the-
hair, and she was fucking adorable.
What a like. I've wasted my life as a woman dream you had.
That's like that episode
Now
of
I'm killing it with no kids and still no money.
that was like that episode of Rick and Morty where he plays that game and he lives that
Yeah.
whole life.
That was so funny.
That's a whole game?
He is like they go to like a space version of Dave and Buster's. It's a game. I forgot what it was. You put on a helmet and
It's
you basically
Rick. It's like Rick or something. No, it's not Rick. It's like it's the carpet.
it's like you play as a
Yeah,
person
yeah, yeah.
and you live his life and like basically after you die or whatever you get like whole scores and you just see it like you get 10 points.
It's
for,
so
being-
funny. Like Morty
fucking
dies, and then when he comes out of the thing, and he's like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, your high score." Well, classic podcast snafu, everybody.
The shit we
just
were
too
talking
good.
about, we're so hot we
Just
broke the fucking
too
podcast.
good.
That's the thing too. So I didn't delete shit off at the end.
It's just gonna.
Yeah, I had
what the
an
fuck
hou-
were we talking about
Yeah.
last? It's gonna
Well,
cut off.
Usually,
and then,
usually I have an hour on the podcast, but I had an hour and a half memory saved, and we just kept going, and I completely forgot. So now we're here, and you as a listener got to experience that. So
Yeah.
you got to get pulled
We're
right out of a
out of
talented.
engaging conversation.
I think where we got cut because we went and checked was like Rick and Morty, something about Rick and
dreams,
Morty.
alternate
Oh, I thought we were
universes.
talking about bitches.
Oh, dude. I mean, yeah, we're always talking about it.
Damn.
But yeah, we're back just to say goodbye, I guess.
Just
Just
to
so we
leave
can
you.
actually plug
Yeah.
everything. If you guys liked who you listen to, please go follow them. And you guys, do you guys have anything to plug? Anything coming up?
Just this butt.
Any social?
You heard it here from Brooke
yeah.
the whore.
Damn, you guys. We were gone and right back at it. Look at that.
Look
God,
at
you should
that.
have us back for the next one.
No, we'll see.
Just
We might.
part
Anthony
2.
and Brooke, part 2.
That was fun. I had a
We're
good
going to have a
time.
whole cleaning up.
You're welcome.
If I do, I might just throw a third in
The
just
closet
just to
hole.
see him get smothered in hilarity.
Smothered in hilarity.
No,
Is
but
that what you call your semen? Get ready for the punchline.
do you not before
Ooh,
they do?
nice.
That's a good catchphrase.
Yeah.
I like that.
What? Get ready
Just
for
like
the
you're about
punchline?
Ready
to
for
bust
the
and get ready for the
punchline.
Oh,
punchline.
that'd be horrible, dude.
I got my humor all over you.
You know, I realize there's women out in the world who just are not cool with getting cummed on in their face, and you know what? I don't
Cummed on.
I don't like that they exist.
Take notes.
You know, you're the real whore if you don't let me put my splooge
Listen,
on your mouth.
I'm just saying, like, for the ones you love, if they want you
for
to do
the
it.
ones you love.
You know what? You don't make a bad argument. Like
For
if
the
you
ones you
really
love.
like, if that's
Yeah,
your
yeah,
if
yeah.
that's your main man,
Yeah.
why not?
Because we've all encountered an
At
angel-
least try it. If you don't like it, then you talk to them like, hey, this is not my
that's
thing.
fine.
Just don't
That's fine.
get it in the
fine.
eye because it
That's
feels
fine,
like
too.
the spermie is trying to impregnate your eyeball.
Dude,
Watch the kids, baby.
They do. Your sperm does try to get there, no matter what, right?
Yeah, so this I'm sure looks
Oxygen
like an
doesn't
egg.
even kill it.
I'm sure it looks like an egg, feels like an egg to them. I don't know what eggs feel like, but like it's like they're like it's round and we're on it.
It
Get
really
in
tries
there.
to get into your eye.
It feels like that's what's
hilarious.
happening.
Holy shit.
I never have heard
And if
that.
I squint and it's in
Dude,
there, I can see them
you
floating.
learn
No, I'm kidding.
something every day, and man, did I not think.
I might Google that.
To
Like,
me,
if
'cause
you
it
get cum in
burns.
your eye, is it gonna dig in there?
God,
That
what
is
a way to go
wild.
blind.
I will never look at semen in anyone's eyes the same way again.
I'll
Holy
never look
shit.
at semen the same way again.
All right, Brooke, where
We
can
should
people
say
follow
goodbye.
you?
At Brooke Louellen on Instagram. I also have a TikTok, which is really embarrassing and not full of good stuff. But follow me anyway, and one day maybe I'll post my titties on there
Dr. Evil and Mini Me.
with the QR codes for the Venmo.
yes.
We're fucking
$1 billion
crushing it,
idea. We're making it
$1 billion
happen.
idea.
We're gonna go watch. We're gonna go to a strip club soon, and it's just gonna be there. And we're like, all right, whatever.
Like,
If I
hey.
if I can supply all the strippers across the United States,
You know where you're gonna go? Go to Atlanta first.
yes, isn't
Go to
that
Atlanta.
like
They have like the craziest strip clubs
Stripper
there.
Town USA?
Pretty much.
Yes.
If not there, go to Vegas.
I'm gonna do pasties, and then I'm gonna do like the. Sorry, I know
No,
where
no,
to
no.
go.
I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
He's like, and
I was
Tariq.
genuinely
And-
breathing. I didn't mean to be like, we need to cut that.
He's like, I always sound like I'm pissed.
I do this. Tony Soprano, dude. I breathe like him.
But you're not like 200 pounds overweight.
Yeah, or powerful in any sense, in any way of my life. I have no power anywhere.
So either the pasties, or I'm gonna do like the press-on tattoos.
Do you know women
that's a good
ask
one.
why do you always want to be on top, and it's like it's this the one area, the one time.
This is my Tony
This is
Soprano
the one
position.
time I get to be Tony Soprano. I'm just kidding. He's actually rarely on top in those, and when he is, it's humiliating
I feel
to
like
watch.
it's a crushing experience.
It is. It looks like it. You've been through a few of those, haven't you?
Okay. All right, on you now. Plug.
Yeah. What's your plugs?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram, thatkidanthony15. You can also find me on Facebook, Anthony Vega. Also book me. I don't have any shows coming up. I'm gonna start hitting mics. People can attest. I am a solid feature on your
Yes,
show.
I
Also, if your show's looking kind of white,
If your
it
show has
doesn't-
too many men,
it
I'm
doesn't
a woman.
hurt to have a Hispanic on there. I'm just saying. If you don't have one, you might be racist.
I'm a fan of Anthony's too.
The three
so-
of us make a
But-
very diverse show.
This is a good show, I would say.
Yes.
You got a half Italian,
Yes.
And a woman.
and then
I am a
and
white
then-
woman, but I am a woman.
And
and a
These blacks.
there you go.
A
You-
spick.
You go under that for not white. So
No, I get it. No,
Under the not
back
white
in
category.
the back in the 80s, I'd have to pick black pretty much.
I am 1% Native American.
oh, you're one of
And
those
1%
really?
1% Native
Ancestry
American because you
DNA.
got banged in the woods.
Yeah, you got banged in the woods. Doesn't count.
Now I'm a Cherokee.
Bangity bang in the woods.
The
Cherokee. I am one with nature.
Cherokee these nuts in your mouth.
No. I hope my mom doesn't listen.
yeah, that'd be odd. But anyone listening, please follow me at Silly Selly on Instagram. All S's, no spaces, I at the end. You'll find me. Also, check out the just follow the Instagram of the pod. It's Yes Offense Podcast. All I do is post when the episodes are up. Soon we'll have video in the near future. It's coming, and that's where the clips will eventually be.
Yep, and then Brooke will show you her uneven titties.
And we'll
Yes, I
have it on
will.
With the pasty.
But you gotta subscribe and pay us every time.
there. Yeah. Anyway, you know, in all in jest, please book me because I'm a sad man.
And again, I'm a woman that's kind of funny sometimes.
And I'm Hispanic, so
I also do this. Anyway, I'm bitching. Anyway,
you heard the pod. We were funny all
For an hour and a half.
and we got cut off.
Yeah, and got fucking.
This bitch could have gone for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've just gone for an extra 8 minutes.
All right, say goodbye.
See you
Before we go
nerds.
on.
Is there
Bye.
Later. Bow, bow, bow.